I'm there. Alright, we're gonna raid over to Over Analytical. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Yeah, I had a really fun time tonight. We had a blast. Tomorrow we'll be back for Mario Kart.
I'm muted. Whoops. Hey, for those of you watching the repeat, don't skip too far ahead. It's gonna be a quick timer. Hey! What's up, ho-hum? Thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. I was just kind of messing around. I wasn't even sure I was gonna go live right now. We adopted a dog, and we're hoping that we get to keep her, but we're not totally sure. So we had a couple incidents with her. Like we gave her a bath, and she didn't like that. And she's not a big fan of water. Apparently water turns Leia into the Flash, and so she jumped the 6-foot fence in my yard and started running around the apartment complex. Hey Acid, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, Home, again for the raid. It's awesome. But yeah, so we had to chase down Leia, who's a rescue. We just got her like 2 days ago, and we had just given her a bath, and she starts running around the whole complex, getting dirt everywhere. Her paws are all muddy. She runs back in the house, and she gets dirt all over the couch. And she just like went to, and like we just had a bunch of stuff that had to get washed too, so there wasn't even room in the washer. And then we left her alone for like 2 minutes. Then she pooped in my office again, and so we had to clean up all of that. So I'm like trying to get streaming and get all this stuff going, and Leia is just like not having it, and like running around like doing all this stuff. So I was really hoping to get on a lot sooner, and then Leia was like, no man, like I'm gonna make you take care of me and do stuff, which is fair because she's a dog and that's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, it was a hell of an evening too. So we had to go deal with all that. Kate's out with her on a walk right now to try to get her to go to the bathroom out there now and all that. Yeah, it was a whole thing because I had to cut her off mid poop, and then it just whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into this here and get you guys some content to watch. So we're gonna be playing Satisfactory for a little bit. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you, Acid, for the follow. Really appreciate it. You have a 10-week-old puppy. Oh, that's gotta be so much fun. Oh man. Leia is a black lab mix. We don't know what else she's mixed in, but she's definitely black lab. And she's probably around the 1 to 2 mark. We're not totally sure, but she's definitely still a puppy, still got that puppy energy. And she got like hardcore neglected and like abandoned by her last family. Bonus relative, yeah. You have a gray lab mix, not sure the other half either. Yeah. Labs breed with so many different dogs. It's crazy how many different dogs labs can breed with. It's hard to tell exactly what. But yeah, Leia is a handful already, man. Like she's so much fun, but and she's like the cutest thing and so sweet, but she got hardcore neglected by her last family, and it was super sad. Like she's like 30 pounds underweight. She had like tons of fleas on her, like unbelievable amount of fleas on her. And it just was, it was a rough time for her, and we spent like the past 2 days like getting like the 20 ticks and all that stuff off and everything, but it was a lot of work to get her to do all the things. That is, I'm just gonna drive this real quick to get that to not, there we go. But yeah, so she's opening up. She's a completely different dog than she was 2 days ago. She has so much energy, her tail is wagging and everything, but she still has a lot of traumas that have to get worked past. And it's going to be a long road to get those to go through. And apparently she's not completely potty trained, which is a bit of a bummer, so we have to pick up that training where it left off without doing it that in that abusive way that might have happened before, because she's a little hesitant when you like have like something that could be used as like a bat, like that. She doesn't get hesitant if you raise a hand, but it like, so she likely got hit with like a broom or something, but not like hands and stuff. But It's a whole thing. So we're gonna hope that we can keep her, but we have a cat already that is like priority. So hopefully Leia and Tux get along, because we've got little tuxedo cat that we've had for 10 years, and so we got to make sure that she's okay too. But she doesn't do great with dogs. But anyway, this is the Satisfactory stream, not a just chatting stream. So let's get down to business here. So what we're doing right now, for those of you that are new, I'm pretty sure all 10 of you are new here, so welcome. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. And thank you again for the raid. In my Discord, and there is a bot command for that. I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys real quick. Exclamation point Discord is the bot command. And in that Discord, you're going to find... oh, Ho-Hum's not. That's a good point. Ho-Hum is not new. Thank you, Ho-Hum. Ho-Hum is not new. So in the Discord, if you guys are new to the Discord, there are different tabs, one of which is for this save in Satisfactory. And in that save, you're going to find a lot of data, because guess what? This is Over Analytical Gaming, and I keep up with my name. There's a reason my channel is named that. I go ham, and I have hella spreadsheets and Word documents and a color-coded train map for the, you know, like I went hard. So there is a whole plan for this save, and you guys can figure out what that plan is in the Discord, or you can just keep coming by and watching what we're doing. I'll be explaining it the whole way through. But this save is called Sop of the Goat. Well, the save is called It's So Fluffy I'm Gonna Die, but the name on the Discord is Sop of the Goat, because we made this plan for another streamer, Sop of the Goat. And we're going to shoot him this save file so we can start from this area here as is, with this big building that I made. And this is about 30 hours in the save, and we even started off in a different biome. This save started off in the Dune Desert. I had about 7 hours on the Dune Desert, and then I basically just said, like, I hate this biome, and I stopped playing the save. This was like update 2, update 3, and I put this save down and just stopped touching it. And then I saw Sop of the Goat playing Satisfaction. I was like, oh, hey, like, I'm on that same save too. I have one at that part, and it's further along than yours is. Why don't we do a co-op stream together, and we'll play Satisfactory? And he was down, so he even came in, and I showed him my save on his stream. So if you guys want to go check out Sop of the Goat's stream, you totally can. And I don't think I have a link for his anywhere, but I'll put his name in the chat. And his last stream today, I have no idea when in that stream, sorry. He is a variety streamer, so he probably around the 2-hour mark or so. I think he came into my save, and we looked around and did the things. But I have from the 7th hour on, I streamed almost all of that. So we basically, like, I was trying to, like, figure out, like, where I was in the save, because I was actually in the wrong biome, but I didn't know that because I didn't have the map unlocked. So I had to go through, like, all the way down here and unlock the map, and then map this whole area out just to figure out that I'm in the wrong biome for the big plan I just spent a whole day making, that has, you know, and the goal of that plan is to unlock tiers 7 and 8 in the space elevator in less than 1 hour. So to be able to get into the end game through that space elevator requirement in less than 1 hour, and to do that, it has, like, you know, 7 different factories all being put together through trains who I already mapped out the logistics. I did all the mapping, like, all the math is done. There's an Excel spreadsheet that shows you the recipes, how many of what. There's a Word document that tells you what's being made at each station, the names of the station that correspond with the map, and then what's being sent to that station, what's being made at that station, what's being sent away from that station, and the whole thing. The whole save has been planned out already. So if you guys want to hop into Satisfactory and are getting super overwhelmed, if you start in the Dune Desert, that's the biome that this save is for. The Dune Desert, that I already mapped out for you. You can use this stream as a go-ahead. You can come by and grab help. Satisfactory is an awesome game. I love it so much. The devs do an amazing job with it, and I can't tell you enough how awesome this game is and how much I recommend it. I play FPSs. I'm historically a console FPS player, and this is probably one of my favorite games I've ever played, and it's one of the first games I ever played on mouse and key. I can't tell you enough how awesome this game is. Whether you like math or don't, it can be a little boring if you're not super into numbers, but there are plenty of people who play this that don't plan anything and just go off of visuals about if a belt's getting used too much, not enough, You can make it work if numbers aren't your thing. And if they're really not your thing, you have me. So you can come by and ask me questions and do all, your whole thing and be part of the community. Over here, you can use my plan. It's in the Discord for a reason. It's printable. I've got different maps in the Discord that have printable versions for you so that you can print out your own maps and draw on them. It's a whole thing. So whatever help you guys need, I can totally manage. But we basically said this biome sucks because I hated coal power. Rocky Desert, the mid game is so difficult because you have to go so far to get coal power, and I didn't like it. So I just basically said fuck that and stopped playing the save after about 7 hours. And then again, like I said, I saw Stop of the Goat. He was in the save. I was like, you picked like one of the worst ones for coal power, right? He's like, no, I did not know that. I was like, yeah, you did. And so I started making a plan for him to help him out, but I did it for the wrong goddamn biome because I'm smart. So I ended up making the plan for the biome on the other half of the goddamn map without realizing it, because there's two deserts. There's the Dune Desert and the Rocky Desert. The Rocky Desert I can't stand. The Dune Desert I've never played in before. So I ended up making this big ass plan for the Dune Desert, and so we're going to see if that plan works. And then I've got another plan that I've been making for my other save, the Farce save, the first attempt at a realistic situational experience. Farce. That save, I already have like 150 hours in. It's like way farther along than this one. And that save, I want to take all the way to max out nuclear power and a gigawatt, and try to make a gigawatt of power on that save. And that plan is like way more fucking complicated because I'm maxing out entire biomes like this one. This plan is just one biome. The other plan is like every single biome is being maxed out in a massive plan based on what I'm trying to make. And holy shit, is that a lot of work, and I'm not even done with it yet. So I took a pause, took like literally like a day to make this plan, maybe more like day and a half, and then was like, okay, let's see if I can get my plan to work with one biome. Like, let's take a beat, take a breath, not get like super overwhelmed, and go into one biome, see if we can make this work, and then go from there. And so if I can make this plan work the way it's supposed to, and it seems logistically to be working the same way that the other plan's supposed to work, then I'll know I'm good. And I'll get more experience with trains, more experience with, just general building, stuff like that. So just to make sure that this is going to work. But my other save, I'm trying to keep until 1.0. And update 5 for this game is supposed to be coming out in late winter, early spring. So like November to February is the window that they're shooting for update 5. And update 4 like just came out, and it's an awesome game. But I basically like just said after that, when I restarted the save and I realized I was in the wrong biome, I said fuck this, and we took Bikini Bottom and pushed it somewhere else. And so we packed up everything. We got everything down to absolute bare bones, made the Explorer, named it Dora, and just ran off and just went all the way across the map like you can see there, and just hightailed it to this end of the map. Went sand duning for a bit to get the map visualized and stuff like that, so that now when we ping for a resource the way that we need to, thank you, can we do that? Yeah, now when we ping for a resource, once you hear the ping in the game, like what should be happening like right now. There we go. Okay, and then you can go in the map and you can zoom in, and now on the map that resource is showing on your mini map. And so every time you hear a new ping, you have to open and close the map again. But there we go. Like, that's where all this stuff is. There's actually supposed to be a copper node up here, but I'm guessing it's up high because see how this is blacked out? It means I haven't had a line of sight to get to the top of that map. And so sometimes it doesn't show up. It's supposed to show up. It's supposed to show up. It's not supposed to be like a thing where if you haven't looked at the map, you can't see where the resource is. It's supposed to just be a thing where it works, but it is an early access game, so it can be a little buggy. So that's just kind of how that goes. And there was an oasis like right there where you see all those big lines. Those are power poles that I made, because if you build 5 structures within a certain range of the enemies, then they won't spawn. What's up, Demon? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So placing enough buildings within a certain area is enough to get the enemies to stop spawning. So there were a bunch of enemies over there. I had to clear it out for biomass power, which is like by hand power. It's kind of annoying. And then way over here is our coal power plant. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm gonna miss that roof too. Can I get this roof in time? No, I can't. Okay, and there's no way to cut the chute, so I'm just falling slowly. But over there is a 32 coal generator plant. They're not all running yet, but they will be once we get to Mark IV belts, which are gonna be, it's gonna be in a second. But we need to automate steel. We haven't even automated steel yet, but we have unlocked steel, so we can do it. We just haven't done it yet. That's actually what this factory does, by the way, is that this factory makes steel products, but it's not hooked up to iron yet, and I don't have enough coal being hooked into it. But this is part of the plan that we talked about. This station right here on my plan would be iron A. So this is the goal is to make 75 steel pipe per minute, 40 steel beam per minute, 90 per minute of iron plates, 181 per minute of iron rods. Some of that's going to go into screws. I need to figure out just how much space is going to take up. The reason why I wasn't converting them to screws here is because of train space. They can only fit basically one item per car, depending on if I'm going to use smart splitters, which I'm not planning on doing. They're expensive. A bunch of other stuff, but I need to take a pause real quick because they just came back, and I'm going to throw you guys in just chatting. I'll be back in hopefully 10 minutes, but I'm sorry I can't make any promises, but I'm doing my best to come back quick. All right, thank you so much for the raid, ho-hum, and we'll be right back. Okay, so update. Leia did not poop on the walk after we basically cut her off mid poop when she was pooping in the office. So we don't know how she's still pretty nervous because it's only day 2 in the house and all that. So we're hoping that she's going to be okay, but going to be in the room with me, and we're going to have to cap the stream off at more like an hour, and then I'm going to have to take a break to help deal with Leia, and then hopefully we can get back on. I don't know for sure, but we're gonna try to get the stream to be a shorter stream. We've never actually done an hour stream on this channel. It always goes longer than that, but we've never had a dog that wasn't potty trained at this house before we did that. So a lot of changes are going to be happening here. So hope that she's okay and that she's doing well. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on her while we're playing for the next little bit. But otherwise, we're going to do our best to come in and game. Already not laying down, so I don't know how this is going to go. Hopefully she doesn't poop on stream, but that's very much a possibility. So anyway, just know that at any point in time, this stream might stop for smelly reasons, and we'll go from there. But anyway, so this is the steel factory. This is going to be making the pipe and the beam, and that's it. And then that factory is going to be iron, but the other factory over there is copper. And this station, if you were paying attention to the plan before we had to stop, actually, I didn't even finish the plan. It also has to make 50 concrete per minute, but that's it. So there's no copper in this plan. This copper is purely for me because I need copper to build stuff. So that's why this factory is here. So once I build the other factory, which the plan was to do today, I don't know how far we're gonna get. We ended up having to deal with Leia a lot today. She is a rescue puppy, and she needs a lot more work than I previously anticipated. So we didn't have a chance to get in and play. But this factory is going to get moved like 500 meters away from here, and then that factory is going to be taken down and merged with the factory that hasn't been built yet here, so that this giant mess of factory it can be taken down, because that is what we made as a temporary factory. And for those of you that don't know if you have OCD, play Satisfactory, and you will find out very quickly if you have OCD while you play Satisfactory. I did. I found out very quickly that I might have a bit of CDO. I don't, you know, like this. I hate that. This is how I usually build. You know, this is a permanent factory that's not going anywhere. This is going to stay here until this save dies, and nothing's changing. This is a one and done, moving on. The output is actually higher than needed. There's a very specific reason, though, that this is higher than the others. It's because it can be. The other numbers of the 75 per minute, the 40 per minute, that has to be followed to a T. If I am even 1 per minute off of those target numbers, then the whole plan goes to shreds, because this is a supplementary factory. If this factory isn't producing the exact amount, then other factories aren't getting what they need, and then the main factory, where this is all getting put together into more complex parts, can't operate at the peak efficiency, and then the time that it will take to run through those barriers is going to be longer than we planned. So everything has to be to the T, with some exceptions. This concrete can produce way more concrete than I need, because I don't need concrete anywhere else other than these 50 per minute. The whole save only needs 50 per minute of concrete. So it doesn't matter if I use too much limestone here or somewhere else, because I literally don't need it. The only reason I would need it is for me to build all of these things. And we also went through with the color gun and like colored all this stuff out. This green, high visibility green, is for roads. So this is going to be a train station, this whole area over here. This has to get extended, but this factory's in the way, so we're gonna have to wait until we tear all this stuff down. And then, you know, you've got roadways coming around the back, because the train's gonna go in this way, go around this tower, and then come all the way out. These are temporary machines to help me handcraft stuff faster. So I highly recommend this. Is if you have the power. These are 65 megawatts each. It is not cheap to do this. But I need modular frames for the next phase, so I'm stocking up while I can. And so that is what this guy does, is that this guy takes the excess of things that I'm making and turns them into other things that I need that are more complex, that I'm not having completely automated. Like, there's no spot in the factory to make Versatile Framework, because this factory isn't supposed to. The other factory, called Versatile Framework, on the other half of the biome, is supposed to make that, but that's not going to be operational for God knows how long. So I have these ready to make them by hand, so that I can get through tier 3 and 4, because in tier 3 and 4, the plan is to handcraft most of the stuff, because I have to make smart plating, Versatile Framework, and shoot, what was the other thing? God, I don't remember. It was the modular engine factory is what was going to be adapted for that, though, because there's Versatile Framework you need for Space Elevator 3, 4, and 5, 6, and then automated wiring is what you need for tier 3, 4, but that you don't need for tier 5, 6, like, at all. So I was going to modify modular engine, the factory modular engines, to make automated wiring until that's needed for tier until I need modular engines for tier 7 and 8 to get through. But to unlock tier 5, 6, I need automated wiring. And then I made the smart plating here by hand at Iron A, and then the Versatile Framework I'll probably make by hand here at Iron A, and then automated wiring I might, but I'm not making stators in this factory and have no plans to. So unless I wanted to go like the extra long route, I could, and it's only 100, so it's really not that bad. 100 stators is going to get made pretty quick, so I could likely just do the whole space elevator of that area just like we did here. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, is just doing everything here like this with some power shards and everything all like that. But we're gonna need that steel factory up and running first. But before we do that, we need the copper factory gone, and then the iron factory set up. And then once we have the iron factory set up, then we can divert all the iron that we're not using into the other place. And then this iron factory is making like some things that we're not supposed to make here, like rotors and reinforced plates, because I need those to build all this stuff, but I don't need them to ship out of this factory long term. It's a whole thing. And so that's kind of what we've been going through. And I know that's kind of like way too much information for most people to like handle, and like it's been in my brain for a couple days now, so I can handle it. But basically, long story short is like it's gonna be a minute, you know, like this is gonna take probably 100 hours to get all this stuff built and run through. And then after that's done, like this goal is basically just going to be like, okay, now I've unlocked tier 7 and 8, which has some fun stuff in it. And then at that point, it's kind of up to you. You get to make that save whatever you want to be after that point. And then this plan is really just to help you get there and unlock all the toys. And then what you do after that is up to you. And if you follow this plan, then the goal is for you to have the experience with everything that you need to make tier 7 and 8 work. You're going to have experience with pipelines. You're going to have experience with managing power, with train building, with you know, logistics, with everything, you know, factory building, vertical factory building, you know, dealing with you know, managing ticket production and all that kind of stuff, and like what to sync to get tickets. Right now I'm syncing smart plating, you know, like it's a whole thing. And so for those of you that have like gone into Satisfactory and gone like, there's so much stuff here, like, yeah, there is. Like, I spent 150 hours on my first save and didn't even touch tier 7 and 8. Like, there are so many things to do in this game, and in the end, it's all up to you, and that can make it unbelievably overwhelming. So for those of you that see this game and are like, just want to get into it and want to play it, but you don't know what to do, I am more than happy to spend some of my time helping you guys out and coaching you guys through this if you need it, or if you just want to run wild and come by and chat, or like, you know, see how I'm doing a similar problem, then come through, you know. I need to make this into a YouTube series. It's so much work though. So for those of you that want like YouTube series content, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend I'm Kibitz. I'm Kibitz is probably like the best Satisfactory YouTuber I've seen, because he does this full time and he has unbelievable content. I'll go ahead and drop his name in the chat too. It's IMKIBITZ, and he is awesome. Fan of his Satisfactory content. Love it. Another content creator that I cannot shout out enough for having some of the most complex and beautiful builds I have ever seen is Amelie of the Sea. So I highly recommend checking out her stuff, because for those of the seasoned Satisfactory players, the guys that know exactly what they're doing, that want to take their game to the next level and want to go, okay, how do I go from just making stuff that works for like future proofing, for getting ready for train collisions, just making it beautiful as well, you know, working on how to do the architecture of this game, because there's so much you can do with architecture. It's insane. And I don't even scratch the surface of it. Like, you should see, like, Kibitz does amazing builds too. His stuff is beautiful. But like, Amelie is a whole nother like level. Like, she is insane. She does replicas of other like games and stuff. It's crazy. It's insane. And her train stuff, like, it's a nerdgasm, man. Like, you watch that train content and you like see her train highways and how gorgeous they are, and it's a nerdgasm, man. Like, I geeked out over it for like 30 minutes just when I saw it the first time. I was freaking out. I didn't even know you could do stuff like that in this game. It was crazy. She did a vertical train, right? That's a double helix. Like, one lane up, one lane down, no collisions whatsoever. And it's just this beautiful spiral. And I didn't even think about doing that, right? Because like, verticality with trains is an issue, right? And there's only so tight you can make those turns. So you need so much space in order to make them go up. And she just perfected it like to a T. Like, it can't get any better than that. Like, and on top of that, she did it with avoiding all collisions, which is like, you don't even have to do, by the way. Like, there are not train collisions in this game. There will be. It's going to be in a future update. They don't know when, but it will be. It'll be a thing in 1.0. But she just was like, you know what? Like, I want my save to work when you do that, because Satisfactory is amazing like that. Like, Coffee Stain are some of the most like down-to-earth devs I've ever met, and I've ever had the chance to even like engage with, whether it's in their streams or the Coffee Stain devs, because they do a Q&A every Tuesday. They legit do a Satisfactory Q&A every goddamn Tuesday, and it's awesome. They're on top of community outreach, and they do so much work to make sure that your saves are intact. Like every time they release an update, if there's ever like a recipe change or anything, they make sure that whatever they do won't break old saves, because they know how much time and effort people put into this, and the sense of pride and accomplishment that people get from making these games and from making these saves. And they make sure that, like, if someone puts in 300 hours, that they can use that save through the entire early access period, and maybe even into 1.0. In the time that I've started playing, they've added the blender, which is like a brand new building, and it used to be done in refineries, and so what they did was that they allowed existing refineries to still use that recipe. But if a refinery was built now, it wouldn't work. And so if you just didn't touch your factory, it would still output and use the same recipes, and you wouldn't have to change an entire factory. But if you needed to do that again on a brand new factory, then you had to use the blender. You had to have that tech, and that's tier 7 and 8 tech, and the refinery is like tier 5, 6. So it's like a whole tier above, and it's crazy, man. Like, they've done so many awesome things. They're super dedicated. They've got they just added drones too, which are super awesome. They've got the drones have a long way to go, but like they're still in a really good state. Like, and this is the vanilla branch too. I don't play the experimental, but I have had like minimal bugs on this save or any save, and this isn't even from the most recent update. This is from update 3. This save probably got made like December of last year, and it's still fantastic. And like I honestly, like, I can't give them enough praise for this game. I've played a lot of buggy games, and this is by far the least buggy game I've ever played, and this is early goddamn access. I've played AAA games that have more bugs than this. Like, it's unreal, man. Like, they've just, if you've ever like thought about playing Satisfactory and you've been on the fence or hesitating, don't. It is so worth it. It's like 25 bucks. It's like 25 bucks. I was so cheap, I bought it for a friend, because I've played $50 games, $60 games that have less content than this. You know, it's amazing, man. I can't sell you on this game enough. It is absolutely perfect, and I love it. And I need to get some stuff together to build a new factory. We got to go build a whole ass new factory. We're gonna load up our car with a bunch of stuff, and I want to bring the Explorer because I feel like I need it. But it doesn't have as much storage space as the tractor. Like, not nearly as much. And I feel like I'm gonna need it. But at the same time, like, it's so much faster, and it's like, it's so nimble. Like, it's legit, man. This car is fantastic. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that, and that'll be enough. Yeah, and this is why I have so much concrete, by the way. It's because when I need it, so I let it like build up, because I'm gonna go spend like 5,000 plus concrete making all of this somewhere else. So I want to make sure that when I need it, you know. I got to be able to have it. Then what else do we need? Let's go dump our inventory too, because there's some stuff I just don't need. So let's figure out what we can put back. Like, I don't need heavy modular frames like at all, so those can get put away. We can grab these and dump in some more rods so we get those made. Those are going to need reinforced plates, but I don't need those. I hope I have enough reinforced plates. I might need to make those, but I didn't have a lot of regular plates left. Okay, yeah, I've got plenty of reinforced plates. These are Mark II belt materials, so I'm going to need a lot of these. And, oh, good, this filled up. Okay, good. So I'm going to have to make more reinforced plates now that I have all these plates back, but I'm going to need a good amount of those. And then screws backed up too, so I can make a bunch of reinforced plates again, because I'm going to need that. Oh, wow, rod's already back. That's awesome. But let's get these guys topped off. We'll grab some more rods and get the rods topped off too. Oh, not that one. That one and this one. We'll get that ready so that it can get made while we're gone. And then we don't need that many plates. I grabbed too many plates. So let's just go ahead and switch this over to reinforced plates and toss those in there just to get rid of some of these guys. There we go. And we'll put the mod frames back. We'll toss in some screws and we'll get that going, because we're gonna need some more of these guys, because reinforced plates is what I need to make modular frames, so those are gonna be kind of important. We'll do that real quick, just to have that going while we're gone. I can definitely put some of those back. But you know what? I can just toss them. No, I can't toss them in there. Oh, shoot. I can't. Yeah, that can't go in there because that's getting used over there. So those can't go over there. It can go in here. It can't go in the other one. That's not allowed. It can't go in there. Those can though. Do I need rotors? I don't need rotors. It's just wire. So I need reinforced iron plates to be able to make all the constructors because I have to make hella constructors, which is cable. So I have to go get more cable and plates because cable I need for power as well. So there's that, and then I'm gonna need smelters. So I have to get iron rods for smelters. So let's bring some more of these guys, and iron rods are just generally useful as well. I'll put that steel pipe. Oh, I can't put the steel pipe in there. I'll go put that back over there. You know, I'll just sink these plates. It's fine. I can just dump them in the sink. I don't need this many, and there's enough left over there that it should be fine. In fact, I'll even do this to grab a quick little storage unit to save some of them because it does take a minute for it to fill up like that. So I don't want to completely... Oh, yeah, that was like half. I don't know if I want to get rid of all that many then. I'll dump a couple because I want the extra points, but I'll keep the rest of those. I'll need that. I'll need that. I can sink the... Whoops. I can sink the copper sheets. I don't need the copper sheets. I don't need that wire. I can sink that cable too. And I'm going to keep the pipe. No, I don't need to keep the pipe. It's fine. I can sink the pipe. And... that'll probably do. I'm gonna need the Mark II miner, the portable miners for Mark IIs. A little low on fuel, but that's not the worst. I'm not going too far. I'll have plenty to go there and back. Grab some more copper products real quick, which would be these two back here for wire. So we'll grab another stack of that. Grab a couple stacks of cable, and that should be good. That should be good. I don't think I need anything else. Do I have color cartridges? No. I do. I need to go dump those off. I don't need these. We're not going to be coloring anything over there yet. That'll be a different project. And then I should just fill my inventory with stuff, even if I don't quite need it. No, I might need to bring some stuff back. It's always good to leave some blank inventory space, empty rather, because you never know what you're going to need to bring back home with you. So I'm going to grab some of this and we'll head off. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I don't think I have an exit over here yet, actually. I can jump off here, but it's not like an actual exit yet, so let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're chilling. Yeah, we can just go over the belt. The tractor can't do that, by the way. That's why I like this. And it should be this way. I'm not totally certain. Is this Caterium or is this uranium? That looks like uranium. That's uranium. Yep. Nope. That's a big no. That's deadly. Those are spicy rocks. That's not good. Oh, do I have my weapon stuff? I don't know if I have my weapon stuff. I should. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. But yeah, Satisfactory is great, man. And honestly, it's a beautiful game too. I'm a huge fan of how pretty this game is. It just runs so well. And there should be copper over here. I'm gonna be really bummed if there isn't, because on the map online it shows that there's copper here. So, yep. Okay, but that's actually the wrong copper. Let me look at my map that I made. That looks like it's the wrong copper. Is it the wrong copper? It must not be. Okay, well then let me scan where the coal is, because if that's where the copper is, then the coal should be in a spot just below it. So there's the coal there, there's the coal there. Okay. Okay, actually, okay. So that's actually, I think, where it's supposed to go. Okay, and if this is where that copper node is, then I know that there should be some quartz right behind it. So that actually might be the copper. So if there's quartz on the back side of the rock up there, then this is the... Yeah, okay, awesome. Then this is the copper spot. This is wire A. Okay, cool. Cool. We found it. We found it. So this is the copper. That's limestone. This should be the copper right here. Yes. Okay, so this is wire A. This needs to make 600 wire per minute. Off of this, we got some Caterium right there, which is great. And we've got some stuff that's got to get mined over here. We got to get rid of all that biomass. Well, we don't have to. We will, but we don't have to. And we've got some room to spread over here. There's not going to be anything else over here, so this can be a pretty big factory. And this can take up a good chunk of this area. And if we, in fact, this wire has to go to modular engines, which is the factory next to all that coal that's down here on the map. So if I build it more this way and kind of take this area here. Oh, here's the other copper node. Okay, no, this is iron. This is iron. Is copper? Let me check wire A on the map because on the thing. Yeah, it doesn't send any iron. So apparently this iron isn't being used. That or this iron node is part of modular engines. It might be part of modular engines. So I don't think we want to cover this iron node. This iron node might be closer than I thought to the rest of the thing. So we'll have to leave that iron node uncovered, but we'll leave some infrastructure near it just in case. So we'll probably grab this guy here and build out this area like this. You know what? We'll use this guy instead. We'll probably build out from here, and that guy's gonna have to die, which is unfortunate. But you're gonna have to die. There we go. Yeah. Oh, what's up? Zupreme TV. Hey, man. Here looking for inspiration. Awesome, dude. I appreciate the lurk. Thanks, man. Inspiration's always good, man. Awesome. So what do we... Yeah, we'll probably go through and clear cut all this, to be honest. It's usually like step one for me. There's enemies over here, too. So let's figure out... Oh, here you are. Okay, so we'll clear the space out. And there's a thing somewhere. Where are you? Oh, it uses so many parachutes. I'm gonna need the chainsaw out of the car. So I'm gonna have to split the fuel because that's the only biomass I have with me is this guy. So we'll have to split you like that. Grab the chainsaw. I'll put you back in the car. I don't need all of that. I can dump. What else can I dump in there? I can dump you in there. Oh, you know what? I can just build you. I can just build that right now. Get it out of my inventory. I thought it was going to be 2 copper nodes, but maybe it's just the 1 normal node. Is that really all it needs to output 600 per minute of wire? You're kidding me. I think it is a 2-to-1, and it's a 1-to-1. So it's a 1-to-1 for ingots and 2-to-1 for wire. So maybe it doesn't need anything else because it's going to be... This is based off a Mark II at 250%, which is enough to make it 300 per minute on a normal node. So that makes 300 iron ingots, which makes 600 wire. So yeah, it is just the 1 node. This is all the copper we need right here. It's just not for the whole plan, but for this bit, for this part of the plan. It's just the 1 copper node. And then I'll build over here on the iron node to remind myself that there is iron over here because we likely do use this iron. From what I can remember with my plan, we used most of the iron that was close by, and this is definitely close by. So there's a good chance that this does get used, but my notes may not be perfect. Or at the very least, this might be close enough to the coal that I thought this would be part of a different area. So let's scan both real quick. Yeah, see, this is so close to that coal. Why is the coal not coming up? We get the coal up too? Because this is really close to that coal. Yeah, see, this is so close to that coal that this is likely the iron that I was using for modular engines, but it's just way closer to the copper than I thought. So this is definitely getting used. It's just for a factory over there. So I don't know what the plan's going to be. We might just belt this wire over instead of having a whole ass train station, because so far this has its whole ass train station. And this is on the map. If you look at wire A, this is kind of out of the way. Like, it's not really in the loop of anything, so it doesn't, like, it would be totally fine. It would actually be better if the train didn't have to come up here. So if this is close enough for me to just belt it straight over to ME, then I'll probably just do that. But on the map, it looked like it might have been a further distance, so that's why I was planning on there being a train station, just to be better safe than sorry. But it seems like it's going to be okay. It seems like I don't have to worry about that. And it's just going to be, you know, completely fine. So what we'll likely do with all this is I'll probably turn this into biomass by hand and then we'll end up probably sinking the solid biofuel, or maybe just keeping some of it for like just in case. But I typically go through and kind of clear cut everything just to get it out of the way, because it can be super helpful to build without having to worry about this kind of stuff, and just for like to have it not be clipping through platforms and stuff. It's I usually prefer it. So it's a little bit of extra work, but you know, you don't have to. You could totally build around it and keep this stuff intact. It's really beautiful anyway. But for me, I usually end up you know, taking advantage of every inch I can, and so even though I don't really need to, but especially on this save. This save I only plan on playing until my plan is finished, which means just unlocking tier 7 and 8 and then moving back to my other save. So it really doesn't matter on this save if I build it like a certain way or not. But I had a feeling that like I'd hopefully get some new Satisfactory players to come by and like check out the stream and maybe even check out the game. And so I figured it would be good to give them some good habits instead of some bad habits, you know, and if they learned the game watching me and I did this, and then all of a sudden in the next game I'm like acting completely different, they're going to be like, but why didn't you do this before, you know? And so I want them to know that what I've picked up as what I would consider a good habit, you know, it's definitely personal for this, you know, there's no complete, you know, right or wrong answer. There's just the math, you know, and then how you do the math is up to you. But you know, no matter what you do, the math isn't going to let you lie, you know. But how you manage that math and what concessions you make here and there, or the little preferences you pick up are totally up to you. So this is just one of those preferences that I've picked up, where I go through and get all the leaves out of the way, and grab all this stuff to kind of clean up the area. Because I typically build my foundations as low to the ground as possible, and so that also usually means, you know, a couple, you know, pieces of grass and stuff popping through. So that's one of the reasons why I have the habit of clear cutting, is because when I first started the game, I thought you had to go like as low to the ground as possible, but the ceiling is so high, and you like once you build vertically, you get pretty comfortable with it. So like it's not even like that big a deal to build up. So you know, you get more and more used to it, and like another super awesome habit that I picked up on is subfloors, and allowing yourself about 8 meters of flooring in between each story, so that you can run conveyor belts underneath your factory instead of on the same level. Because I also run the same level, but it is night and day, and so nice to do both. And I definitely recommend running subfloors. And on one of my last streams, when I played with Blockmaster, I went through and showed him, and we measured it out and stuff like that, and we did that together, and we made subfloors. But I haven't made any yet, because I'm not making anything complex enough to merit it. So I don't worry about it, because I know that I know how to manage the stuff in the size and quantity that we are working with, and I know that I don't need it, because there's not going to be enough belts for me to worry about it. But that's also mainly because I'm just basically working with constructors and then exporting the product away. So there's no, you know, I'm not really working with assemblers, and assemblers are like the very first thing. Oh my god, what? Hi. Okay. That's cool. Like I said, it is early access. There's a couple bugs, but you know, this, if you've ever played a Bethesda game, then this is nothing. So, you know, don't even trip. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, honestly, Satisfactory just works. Like when you come down to it, it just works, and it's just a good game. I love it. But yeah, so this is the area that we're going to be working in for now. We'll probably avoid the arch. We don't need the limestone, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to kind of, you know, get over here and build. So what I'm going to probably do is go up to here on this dune up here, because this is the biggest obstacle in my way here, just to kind of get you in how I'm thinking here. These arches are a pretty big obstacle, and this dune's a pretty big obstacle, and I can build over that limestone node, and I can build over all of this. And I can even build over that that miner as well, because we can build around it and put like fences up, because you can get railing in the awesome shop, and you can like rail off portions so you can't that way you don't fall. And so it doesn't really matter if we build up here and then end up touching that miner. But we can also twist it 90 degrees and get it to go the other way. So this is probably where I'm gonna go, so I can have like the most flat area I can. And then we're gonna start building here with an 8x2, so it gets like as low to the dune as possible. And we'll just kind of line ourselves up somewhere. It doesn't really matter too much. Probably like that. That seems like that could be a good angle. So we can just go straight back that way, straight back this way, and then kind of spread out bit by bit this way if we need to, because this is the kind of our cutoff line here is over here. So I'll probably make a horizontal line there, because that's actually the coal. You're kidding. If that's the coal, then we're just gonna belt this shit over. That's the coal. So like literally on my map, modular engines is like right fucking there. I have it like a train line, but it's literally right there. So that's crazy. Okay, so now because it's that close, we have to change our thought process here, because this is a bigger factory, right? This is just a little offshoot to make some goddamn wire. This is a much bigger factory. Modular engines on our plan is going to be producing power from some of that coal. So that's a huge infrastructure with 16 coal generators, which is massive. And it's going to be using water extractors, and it's going to be that's it, actually. It's going to be making modular engines using water extractors. It's going to be receiving iron plates, receiving stator, steel pipe, and wire from 2 different locations, and sending out modular engines and coal to 2 different locations. So that's the plan for this. So this is going to be a much bigger factory, especially because of those coal gens. Those coal gens are fucking huge. And I didn't bring what I need to make those because I didn't think that I would. So this kind of changes things. So let's figure out what's going on over here, because we have a lot of space back there, right? And I'm going to double check my map. Yeah, so that's it. There's another factory back there for some reason, back deep at the base of that ridge there. You can see where those 2 arches, that one arch goes from canyon to mountain to mountain. And in that archway, there's a factory back there. I think that's a steel factory back there. So we can't go too far back that way. But this, area here, this should be big enough. But this is going to be a 2-story factory for sure, because this is going to be where the train station is. Maybe even off of that rock here instead of this dune. We'll build off of that rock, and we'll build down here too. So that's probably what we'll do. So let's lay some concrete, because we need to plan off of that. And don't tell me that's another node too. That's got to be another factory. Those look like resources I need. So that's got to be another factory down there too. This stuff is closer together than I thought, like way closer together than I thought. You know what? Do I even want to do? Maybe we'll ignore this dune and we'll just build. Maybe we'll build ramps up to it, and then that can be what goes off that way. Too. I didn't bring any more portable miners. Let me do the thing here and get a craft bench. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need the equipment workshop. I might need that. There we go. So yeah, this is why I recommend planning. Honestly, this is a huge reason why I recommend planning, because I wouldn't have known that this was going to need to be a thing without doing that. So let's get those built. Let's kill this guy. And let's figure out where we're gonna build from. It's probably from here. This seems like a good place to build from. So let's build from here. We'll even line it up with that factory too, so that we can just build straight over, right? Just like that. And we'll build off of this. Oh, she's asleep. I think she farted. I smelled something that didn't smell good. And I think Leia just farted. I thought maybe she pooped, but it was just a fart. Yeah, so yeah, this is gonna be good. This can get built here. We'll go all the way to the dune. And this can be modular engines. We'll definitely build vertically. We're gonna have to build up to that this dune level over here. We won't on this end. This end we won't need to, but the other end we likely will. So this will be modular engines in that plan that we talked about. That'll be that factory. And this will kind of be where we start building up the dunes that way. The 2-meter ramp should handle that just fine. And we can put like some storage over here, and then use some conveyor lifts to go up to the train station, stuff like that. And that'll be just fine. And then now this can be the new floor, and now I don't have to worry about clear cutting because this is high enough that we definitely don't have to worry about that. So we're just gonna build over all the vegetation and not worry about it. Oh, we even have a little canyon in here. Okay, cool. Cool. There's definitely gonna be some enemies in that, but we don't need to worry about them. So we're built all the way back to here, and then this is where we're likely going to stop because we need to build lower all the way down there to clear out all of this, because now we're going to be dealing with water for coal generators. And if I build too high up, I have to pump that water. I only have a 10-meter head lift on those water extractors before I have to add a pump, and I don't want to have to deal with pumps if I don't have to. So probably even back to here is where we're going to start going down with some 2-meter ramps. Right, just like this actually, down to the ground here, and we'll go in with the chainsaw and deal with all that, and then probably right around there again is where we're gonna come in like this, and then we'll have to go in and clear cut all this stuff out with the chainsaw, but we're not gonna do that right now. And then this will be how we deal with water down here like this, and so this will be for the coal gens all the way out to here. And then this will be for everything else as well. So we'll just ramp it up like this the whole way across, so that because it'll likely just be that way for the coal gens in the first place. Coal gens take up a lot of space, so I'm assuming that it'll just kind of do that the whole way across, and then we can grab this guy and come back here and start running this all the way out, and we'll just build around those guys. No big deal. The foundations should just clip through. Yeah, the foundations just clip through. That's no big deal. But the machines don't. The foundations do, but the machines don't. So we're gonna have to deal with that eventually. So then we'll put coal gens back here, and we won't have any ramps over here because it's too close to the rock. So we'll just do this like that, and then we'll put some ramps all the way to here. Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm gonna crouch this time. Oh, that wasn't the right button to crouch. There we go. There we go. Maybe we will toss. No, it's fine. Oh no, I'm gonna put ramps. It's showing through. So there we go. That way now I can't see underneath the platform, so that'll work just fine. And then we'll come here and grab these guys and do that, and then after this we'll go through. Oh, that happens. I usually don't build that way. It's easier with the 2 meters, but I used to use the 1 meters, and the 1 meters it's horrible doing that. This method I prefer, the running alongside. Definitely what I prefer for that method. Then this will just go and do its thing all the way back like that. We'll put coal gens in here, clear cut all those trees. Bing bang boom, super easy. Nothing too hard about that. And this whole area can get coated in with some concrete as well. So we'll go through and lay out all of this concrete. Yeah, we'll do this. Oh god. No. Nope, don't do that. Don't. Oh god damn it. Okay. I missed the jetpack, man. That's a tier 5-6 thing. I have it on my other save, but I don't have it on this save, and I miss it so much. And the hover pack is a tier 7-8 thing, and I haven't even played with that thing yet. And I'm excited to play with that, but it's going to be a minute until I get to play with it. But the jetpack at the very least is great, but the hover pack is even better for building. The jetpack's amazing for exploring, but the hover pack is so awesome. It's electric, so it hooks up to power poles, and you just you know, float around with it basically, and you can just go like what's the word for it? Hover, I guess. There's a different word for it though, for planes, that when they do it like that though. I'm forgetting what the word is. But it's what the F-35s do. And you can just kind of, you know, sit there mid-air and build without having to worry about your altitude, because the jetpack, it only is on when you push the button, and it accelerates very quickly, so you have to like tap it, and that means you're constantly going like this when you build with it, and it can be very frustrating, to say the least. So to have the hover pack as like a, you know, a sitting mode where you just sit there is fantastic, and then I can't wait to play with it. But otherwise, this is kind of what we're thinking here. So this is going to be enough of a concrete layout that we can probably leave this guy alone, and probably even, we're kind of running out too. So we'll probably call that good. This is going to have to get moved, because there's no way that that's enough room for a lift. Yeah, no. So this is going to have to get either deleted here, or it's going to have to get twisted 90 degrees and changed. That'll have to do the same thing. But this big space here should be enough to do what we need to do to make the modular engines. So that'll be enough for the coal power and the coal plants down there. How many do I have to put down? 16. Man, I don't know about that. 16 in that area, we might be able to make it work, but that's going to be rough. Who's over here? Is it spiders over there? It's probably spiders over there. I'm not gonna. Oh god, I was gonna say I'm not gonna worry about it, but then I fell. So we're just mind our own business for a little bit, and not worry about it. And then now that we have this guy set up, now we can build this line over, right? And we can take this guy over to where we're gonna be making that the iron, and because we're gonna have to belt the iron in, right? So this is gonna have to get built no matter what. And my nose itches. Oh god. There we go. Alrighty. So this is gonna have to get for the iron over here, and then we're gonna be so close to the iron that we might as well go get the wire. So we're just gonna turn that into one big station, and we'll run belt work along this line here, and this will be our new square off for the wire factory, which is why we did what we did. That sounded like there was maybe an enemy over there, but whatever. Okay. Okay, this is a little high up, but that's, I think we're gonna, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's actually lower than what I was thinking. Okay. It did look a little high up though when I came over here, but I guess it's fine. So this will be where we put all of that stuff, and so we'll build off of this. And yeah, we'll probably just keep building off of this. That's fine. And do we have more concrete in the car? I hope we have more concrete in the car. Oh yeah, I think we have more concrete. I just checked. We have plenty of concrete. But this is what I mean though when I say, like, when I use concrete, I use concrete. I fucking use concrete. I love mapping out factories like this and getting everything all planned this way. And so getting to lay the foundations and knowing my reference points before I start making all this stuff is huge for me. And it really has helped me, like, do way more with my gameplay than what I previously was able to do. So it's a pretty big first step for me, is to be able to go through like this and get everything laid down. But it also means that I use like exorbitant amounts of concrete. which isn't like the worst thing, but you're gonna see that we use like almost all the space. You know, I have to set up a lot of constructors to make that wire. You know, it only makes wire at 30 per minute. So, oh, I mean, it's only 10 constructors actually. I've done way more than that. This is gonna be 10 smelters and 10 constructors, I think, actually. It smelts at 30 per minute. There's 300 per minute to get through, so 10 smelters. And then those smelters are going to go straight into constructors, and that wire is going to get turned into that. So unless I need cable, which I don't think any of these recipes use cable, then I could totally make it into cable here. I have plenty of space to make cable. So that might end up being a thing. But, I mean, hell, we probably laid close to 5,000 concrete doing all this. And we didn't even finish modular engines. We just kind of got that to a stopping point and said, let's go do something else. Because it wasn't what we planned on doing. But yeah, anyway, you know, we'll go ahead and hop in right here too. And then this is now encroaching. So we'll go and delete you. And we'll see if we can get away with building this first. And if we can manage to get that to work here. I don't think we will. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Aha! There we go. Okay, cool. So that'll be where this comes up. And this will eventually be a Mark II, and I have to go and power shard it too. Which I actually can do now because I found slugs. So let's go ahead and make a craft bench, and we'll make some power shards. And overclock that guy while we're here. There we go. And that'll be there now. So now this will go to 300 when we get a Mark II miner. It'll double it. And so then this space here is where we're going to be building all of the stuff, and we want to leave some room for iron too. So this is probably going to be our cutoff point, like right here. So we're going to want to build out this way and not out this way, because we're probably going to use some of the space over here for the iron, because I don't know how much of that space we're going to be needing. So, well, I mean, we have all this space actually. So we could go to here. We could very easily go to here. So we'll make this the cutoff point, and then it can go through on belts in this middle bit here. So we'll go ahead and make this the cutoff point. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make this the cutoff point. And then we can straight up go from this way. That'll be fine. Do I have a hotbar for building smelters and stuff? Not really. No, not really. Okay. Wait, was that one? No. Well, this is kind of the hotbar, but it doesn't have everything. It doesn't have the smelters and constructors. So so tips. Right, I leave about two platforms of space. Depending on where stuff's gonna be coming in. I'm gonna be bringing in the copper ore from this side, so I'm gonna leave 2 platforms of space, and I always leave 1 platform of space on the sides. So this is gonna be where, like, the tightest amount, you know, that I would put a thing is right here. And then this guy would be copper ingots, and I'm gonna copy this thing 10 times, 9 times. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yep, 10. And this will be all of that. So this is actually a little bit too wide, which also means that if I wanted to do this, I could, and I can leave 2 rows of space on the outsides, and I can delete this one, and now I can have some extra room on the exterior, and that'll be just fine. And 300 per minute is enough for a Mark 4 belt to handle just fine, but it also, after taking away 30, would go down to 270, which is just enough for a Mark 3 belt who can handle 270. So this can all be Mark 3s from this point on, and then right here is where we need Mark 4s to get all of this stuff out. So I'm gonna pick probably this one here and use a splitter right here in line with this guy, and probably like right there, and all of the belts in can be 30, and then all the belts out will have to be Mark 3s, but I don't have Mark 3s yet, so they're going to be Mark 2s for now. And that is going to be a thing. So I'm going to take this splitter this way, just like this, and do this. And then I picked this one right here, not the middle, because this is the closest one to this, right? That's why we did this, is because this is the closest to here, which means minimal Mark IV belts. And that is what matters the most, is minimal Mark IV belts. So, yeah, that's not quite dead center with any of them. So, that'll have to do. And then right here with more splitters. And some people do, really a lot of people do what's called a reverse overflow, where they take this resource and they split it in half right now, and then load half of it from the right and load half of it from the left, and then it meets in the middle. It's not like super necessary. You totally can. It's like a fancier way in my, how I view it, more of a fancy way of doing it. You by no means have to. It is like a little bit better. What is that? What is that nonsense? What? Okay. Can I? Yes. Thank you. Okay. I don't know what that was, but that was weird. I like how I mentioned how like I never see bugs in this game, and then this is the buggiest game, like the buggiest day I've ever had on Satisfactory. Like I've never had this many bugs in Satisfactory. And now, like, after I'm hyping it up and going like, yeah, there's like no bugs in this game, I'm getting like at least like 3 bugs so far. And I have gone like 100 hours and more without getting a bug. So maybe it's just the update 4 stuff that made it a bit more unstable. But yeah. The only thing that I would love to have in this game is that the parachutes open off of velocity. They don't open off of like a max like height, you know, because it's kind of hard to tell, you know. But like, if there was a way to make it so that they could measure like how high off the ground you are, and then let it not pull if you're not like high enough off the ground, that'd be great. Because I double jump sometimes, and if I double jump on the way down, it pulls a chute. And I waste so many parachutes if just mistiming that little double jump. Not that you can even double jump, but I just spam jump all the time. So it's like it's just kind of weird that that's like a thing, but it is. And I waste God knows how many parachutes just because I spam space. So it's by all means my own fault, right? Like Dark Man, what's up, dude? It's been a minute. Welcome back. I probably haven't been streaming at like super awesome hours for you, because you guys are in the you're in the EU, right? You're part of the EU audience. So I've been kind of all over the place with my streams. Yeah. But anyway, so these are now the 10 smelters to make the copper products. Well, not really the copper product. Like the only copper products we actually need are wire and I think just wire. Actually, I don't even know. I'd have to look at the Excel document to know for sure. Satisfactory, man, that's a super awesome game. The beginning of the stream has like a whole sales pitch because we had a raid from Ho-Hum. So on the repeat, you should go back to the beginning and check out the early bits, because it explains a lot about like the game and stuff like that. Because it's a super fun game. I'm a big fan. But it's basically just like a factory sim, but with, in my opinion, a fantastic art style and a great take on the genre. So I'm a fan. So next we need constructors. These actually, I think they use it 30 per minute. Let me double check this actually. Okay, that was weird. I don't want to build assemblers. I want to build constructors. Let me double check here. We're making wire. They use it 30 per minute. Okay, cool. So these are actually a little bit wider than hydrate. Oh, I had a drink, but I drank it all. Yes, I will have to go do that. Oh, goddamn. These constructors are actually a bit wider than smelters. So there's a good chance we're gonna have to do this in like maybe 2 rows of 5. But if I start the constructors over here and go back to that one area of space like we talked about before and leave two rows for belt work, then this will be the easiest way to do this. So I'm probably wide enough to go 10 wide on constructors. I'd be surprised if I'm not. But there's 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna do man, it's hard to tell if it's actually snapping the way it's supposed to when you're on top of it like that. I need to just trust it to, but sometimes I don't. So this is the buggiest it's ever been for me. It's usually not super buggy, but this is the buggiest it's ever been. Is that enough? No, it's 9 wide. Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay, well, tell you what, there's another version of this that's like super easy to do too. So it's a little bit more space intensive to do it this method, but like we have it. It's super easy to do this, and honestly most of the time this is my default. I don't know why I said it was space intensive. This is what I found to be like the easiest way to save space. Actually, I don't know why I said this was space intensive. It's really not that bad. Is to run one. We'll run one there, right? So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? It's because I was gonna do it the other way. Because god damn it. I know I usually don't build up there like that. I know I want the output to go this way, so I'm going to be building the output of the constructor here so that it can go out in a line. In fact, let me just line it up here. Actually, we'll line up here with this output line because that's where the way that we want it to go out. We know that. So we're going to build one constructor here, right about there, and then we're going to build another constructor right about here with enough room for a merger to go in the middle, right? And then this is going to go all the way down the very ends. But the thing is that this is actually going to make 600 per minute. So that's an issue because this is going to go from 30 to 60. Oh, 15 to 30. Oh, then we're fine. If this is 15 to 30, then we're fine. But that also means that this is going to be a merging point and we're not going to be able to fit them all. No, we could fit them all in one go. Right? No, wait, 15 to 30. That means 2 per. Wow. Okay. Okay. But it's still... No, that's 20 constructors, not 10. It's 20 constructors. We need 20 constructors. So we need 2 rows of 10. So this isn't going to even matter. We do want them to go that way, but it's not going to matter lining them up like that. That's not how we're going to do this. So we're going to do it this way, where we're going to have inputs on the back end like this, and we'll put one here with our two lines of space, and then we're going to take another one and go here with enough room for a merger to go there like that, that's a little bit too much space, but it doesn't really matter because we're fine. And then we're going to leave another about 2 a space here. That's more than enough. Totally. Actually, never mind. I just remembered that that's not how I do this. It's just enough for a splitter, because this becomes one line in. It'll make more sense in a minute. So this is where we're going to have resources come in. They're going to get split here like this. So we're going to have a full belt come this way and feed 10. Then we're going to have another belt feed 5 on this side and then feed 5 on that side. Then we're going to have 20 in 4 rows of 5. So that's going to be the plan there. And then we're going to have the mergers in the middle come together like this. This is way too much space. So where this is going to come together like this. That's going to bug me. It's too much space. It makes it more of a pain to do the belt work if it's too much space. So we'll do that. Yep. And then you get to come here and go here. And like this, so we'll build you there. And then we'll put you over here. And put you about there. It's not quite enough room for power, but the power can go on top of the splitters. So it can just do that. And so that's 1, 2, 3, and then we go here, and we get another merger in the middle, like that. Another merger facing output facing that way. and we do that, and then we have another input line going here. That's a perfect on the 2 in the back, so it did matter that those were that far apart. And then we just go down, we go down 5, so we just repeat the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so that's just enough space. Wow. And so now this is the new blueprint for this factory. This is now its biggest size, and then we just go out like this, and all these will be making wire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. And so now this is none of this matters actually. This can just get deleted and saved for another time because we just don't need that concrete. So this is more than enough. And then this will be the output line over there. So there gets ran out that way on 2 belts. Actually, it's gonna have to be 2 belts long. So it'll get ran this way all the way through. I don't know what happened to those. And this one is going to get shifted like that. And then we're going to have stackable poles here. So we're going to have probably like 2 right here. And then we're going to go to a third by here. And we're going to have 2 lines coming out. Because remember, this is 600 per minute, which is a Mark 5 belt, not a Mark 4 belt, which means we have to have 2 belts running this all the way down, and this is going to make 300 and 300. So unless we want to make one a Mark 4 belt and one a Mark 3 belt, we're going to have to make both of them Mark 4 belts. So we could load balance that and do that to make it so we have a Mark 3 and a Mark 4 and make it a little bit cheaper. But that's kind of a lot of work for not that big of a deal. It's okay if we have a stretch like this in Mark 4s. It's not really not that bad. So that's kind of what the goal here is going to be. So we're going to put some stackables right about here. And we're going to start belting this highway up. And we'll just do it with Mark 1s for now. This isn't actually outputting to this area yet, so it doesn't matter if we build it with Mark 1s or Mark 2s. So we might as well save the Mark 1s. Is that going to clip through that? No. The other one might. This one might clip through. Hopefully it doesn't, but it might clip through. It did. It did clip through. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we'll just shift it over. We'll just shift it. That way it doesn't. We'll run it on this line here. Is that gonna... No, that's not gonna work. I have to get rid of all of that to make this work. So, put it here. Nope, we don't want to delete all that. Just this. Okay, and stackable. Do here. Yeah, we'll go to here. And then we're going to have a third one be introduced right about here. So we need some space for everyone to readjust to their new heights. And then we can let that be from here. So we're going to run... Oh, there's enemies up there. I think I hear them. We'll take these guys up to the top. That'll be the plan there. So those will go up. This one can come down into the new bottom. And then you can get run all the way back to here. There we go. And you can get run over to there. And then these will have to kind of come in here. So this will be one line will get merged to there. One line will get merged to here from these mergers. And then those are going to go to their respective places over here. So we're going to take a conveyor pole, make a 90-degree turn there. This is probably just going to go straight out to here and then just turn like that to there. So you to you, you to you, just like that. And then this one will have to go all the way up to the top. So I'll put another stackable right about here. Put a turn. Oh, actually, hold on. We'll go to here. Put a turn here. And then this one can go up to there and make a turn here and go from here to here. And then have another turn here. And then there we go. Now those guys are ready to go. And we just have to go through and belt this up, power it up, and that's basically it. and we have to deal with the inputs as well. But we're gonna do this part first because it's the easy bit. This is definitely the easy bit right here. So we're just gonna go through with mergers, and we're gonna have them face out this way. We want the output to face that line, and we just go through, and I'm not even holding control right now. I'm just looking for what they do and where they're gonna go. And we're going to remember that these are 10 different machines, and they're all outputting 30 per minute, which means we're going to have a load of 300 per minute on this line. So, you know, they can output Mark 1s, but then in the middle, this belt here, this has to be eventually be a Mark 4 belt because Mark 3s cap at 270. So eventually this is all going to have to get turned into Mark 4s. But some of this stuff can be a little bit less because it won't, you know, this is only 60 per minute here, then this goes into 120, and then this goes to 180, and then this goes to 270, and then this goes to 300. So all of this stuff on needs to be from this belt, and basically, yeah, from this belt on, it needs to be Mark 4, but this belt can be Mark 3 because this is only outputting 270 from everything behind it, and then it gets 60 per minute more on this merger. So now this belt has to be Mark 4 at a 480 max, even though it's only a 300 per minute load, and then run all the way out on Mark 4s until we get to the other building over there. And that is the plan for this belt. And then we just do the same thing on this side. And then we have to go through with splitters and go through the, you know, all of that, and go through here, go through there, and then make sure that those get load balanced the right way as well. So it's there's still plenty of work to do, but that is the concept. You know, that's how I have found that I like to run this stuff, and it's so far, like, it uses the least amount of space that I've been able to find. If you guys have found another idea or another way that you really like, I would love to know what it is. But for me, this is my go-to. This is kind of like my favorite thing, and this is how, like, all of my factories get built, is doing this. So if you guys end up liking this, then let me know. But this is definitely what I recommend. I'm a big fan of this method, and it seems to work, like, just fine. You know, I haven't had any issues with flow rates or anything like that. Like, the throughput seems perfect. So, and remember, a friendly reminder that when you don't use reverse overflow, it does take a significant amount of time longer for the machines to reach full throughput. It takes time for that stuff to really kick on the way that it's supposed to. So what you can do to counter that is by blocking off the output, right? To make it not take quite so long, is cut off the output. Like, you know, don't connect this belt, basically. Like, if you just didn't have this belt here, and then you had all this stuff powered on, because it won't accept materials until it's powered on. So if you want to, you know, prime the system, you can run through and you can steal ingots and just kind of drop them off on all the machines, and then cut off the output so that it backs up, and then that will help it prime faster. Because if it's trying to prime while it has an output, it's going to take way longer. So if you want to speed up how long it's going to take for the whole factory to reach maximum output, don't let it ship anything. You let it all back up and wait for these lights to go from green to yellow. And when they go yellow, it means that they have power, the recipe's been selected, and they're either waiting on materials or they're waiting for the output to become unclogged. And that's what the yellow light means, one of those two things. So it might be more, but in like the day-to-day experience of this game, it's going to be one of those two things, or the major issues that will cause it to stop, is either you're clogging the output or the input is insufficient. So the easiest way that I found to make the factories reach you know, top speed, but the fastest, is to just not let them ship anything. And then that is the easiest way to get everything nice and backed up, so that when you have those output lines, they're gonna be at the number they're supposed to be at, and you don't have to worry about it. And you're not gonna be like waiting for anything to fully kick on. So that's the plan there. This still needs a splitter. and the other end still needs a splitter. So that's what's going to happen here. So this is going to go on there. And I didn't leave enough room for me to jump on top of that, did I? Okay. That's fun. Let me just do this real quick. Okay. And we'll do that. Right, so there's that one. So these are our outputs, so we don't have to worry about that. This is an input, this is an input, and that is an input. So there's 3 inputs. So that's going to be what we have to deal with. This is going to be 15 per minute times 5. So that should be, I think, 150 per minute if I did that math right in my head. So that is what we're going to be looking for here is 150 per minute. And that's going to mean, I think, about 5 smelters because they are 30 per minute. So that should be a thing. There we go. Lost track of where I was thinking for a second. Didn't know where I was. There we go. And I did not select wire for that. So that's a thing. And what we might, you know what I should do, because of what I need and what the factory needs to output right now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch. I don't need that much copper sheeting though. That's the thing. I don't need that much, and I don't have smart splitters, so I can't section this off anyway. But this is perfect. But I also don't need this much wire either. And I'm not even actually producing that much wire because I don't have Mark II yet. So this is only half capacity. But I also need cable, but I also don't need that much wire. So what I think I'm going to do, even though this is the right setup for the factory, for it, like a permanent factory setup, this is the right setup. But what I also need right now, and what I need this facility to do, is different than what its permanent time is going to be. I still need copper sheets automated. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to select copper sheets on all of these machines on the left half and have them make copper sheets and store copper sheets, because there's only so many that I need. And once I've made the other thing over there, you know what? I would bet I have enough copper sheets made already that I don't need to make any more copper sheets. I'm willing to bet that, because I only have to make... Oh, no. I lied. I have to do oil power. I have to do oil power, since I'm going to need way more copper sheets. But there's also other copper other than this that I won't need. And I definitely have enough copper sheets for now. So maybe I don't need to do this. This is probably a bad idea. I don't think I need to do this. Let's just do wire. I don't think I need to do this. But you know what isn't a bad idea? Cable. Cable. That's not a bad idea. Let's have these make cable. That is not a bad idea, because I do need cable, and I need to get rid of that factory over on the other side, on the rest of the map. I need to get rid of that factory at my other place. So we're gonna have this make cable. So the left half's gonna make cable. The right half is gonna make oh, you know what? Actually, was gonna... This is input, isn't it? This is input. No, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Oh, yes, it does. It absolutely matters. It does matter now, but that means the output's getting mixed. Oh, this setup doesn't work for that. This setup isn't going to work for that. The whole thing would have to make cable. Okay, so that's not going to work. I'm going to have to set up a different facility for cable, because the way that this is made without smart splitters, that's just not possible. It's a nightmare to do that without smart splitters. So this has to all make the same thing. This is not a good build for mixing stuff together at all. So if that was your plan, to use this as like a combined factory, unless you have smart splitters that can like separate items as they go through the belt, then don't mix and match. It's just not going to work. So this is all going to be wire. Every inch of this is going to be wire. And so that's going to get made into this. But also, like, It doesn't need to go there yet, so let's not make it go there. This is going to need to go into storage. So we're going to grab... I don't have what I need to make those. So we're going to grab some stuff here. And we're going to grab some stuff there. And this one's just going to feed to there. This one's going to come down and feed into here. Oh, that's an invalid belt shape, so we'll just do this. And we'll do that. We'll do this. That's gonna... Yeah, that can go straight up. Cool. And so that'll go into these for storage. I don't need like a lot of wire, so that's kind of fine if it's just not like a whole lot, but we'll double it up anyway, just to be safe. Like, wire stacks in 500, so like I really... You know what? Yeah, I'm right. I don't need more wire than that. I just don't. But what I do need is cable. I do need cable. So we're gonna have to build something else, likely over here. Oh, no, we could do it over here. We could do it right here. So let's build out this area. I'm gonna leave a little gap there. That way I know that's no, I'm not that dumb. I can just fill in the gap. It's fine. It's fine. I will fill in the gap. I was gonna say that way I know where I can delete the other factory, but I know where I can delete the other factory. It's fine. And we'll build this out for cable, and then we're gonna feed the cable storage right back to here. So this will have its own. We'll go like that, and we'll probably go like that. And this will have its own 2 stack, because cable I actually do need a good amount of. So we're gonna. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it the other way. Do the other way here. So it's gonna go, yeah, in this side, and then, yep, and then out this side. So that way, when I put a lift from here to here, it goes from the top down to the bottom. So that this is the one I access, so that I can have it go into the top one and then end up in the bottom one. And you can do that like as many high as you want, and you can do that with industrials too. But this is my, you know, the easy way to create an industrial storage. Not quite, like, right, because industrials have 2 inputs and 2 outputs, so it's not quite the same. Like, industrials are definitely better, but if you need the storage, and you know, this is totally a thing, so you can absolutely do this, and it's a great in the meantime solution. And then meanwhile, the wire is going to be coming through here, but I also want to make sure it's getting stored properly as well, because I'm going to need some in storage. So, or honestly, I can just straight up do this and just have this one just go into just cable, and that would be fine too. So we'll run. Okay, I've been lying like all stream. Okay, there we go. This is going to go to here, because it is helpful for it to go to here. It's just not going to go to there. This is where I'm going to pull it from, because this is unbelievably handy. So we're going to go from this way, and we're going to make more constructors here, and we'll go, yeah, just like that's fine. We'll probably, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll come in and just grab some constructors like this. Yeah, do we, I mean, I don't even know how much is this going to even use. Oh, it uses 60 per minute. Oh, then yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And then this can, yeah, that'll work out. That'll be fine. That'll work out. That's going to use way more than I'm even producing for this many machines. So not an issue whatsoever. This will scale with me for sure. And then we're going to grab a splitter, and we're going to go from this angle like that. Grab you. And grab you to there, and then we're gonna hop on top of this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and start hooking all this stuff up. Okay, Leia ended up taking a nap, so we're fine with streaming. I was worried that we'd have to worry about her, but she's doing just fine. So this is also more than I can even manage with this, you know, with my belt capacity at the moment anyway. So it's kind of overkill for what we can actually manage right now, but it's fine. I don't mind having the extra capacity. Like I can straight up only run 2 of those constructors off of this belt speed, so that's kind of a thing. And then that's input, so that doesn't matter anymore. And then this is chilling here like that. Okay, cool. And so typically I don't need much more than this. Cable is going to be important though, so I do want like extra cable. But and I need mergers now. This is going to go from here out. Yep, just like that. All the way there, and I put down one too many. I didn't need that one at the back. Okay, and then this is where I'm going to do this up to there, and then run you to there. That's encroaching. What's? Oh, that's super annoying. Okay, it's just a little bit too far. Okay, we're here. How about that? Is that going to work? No. Okay. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. How about just that? Okay, just that works for some reason, but whatever. We'll do that, and then this will output everything to there. I already went through and hit cable for all those, so that's good. I already hit wire for all these. I already hit copper ingots for all those. Now we just have to hook up the inputs. So this is 5 at 15, so we're just going to double check that. 5 times 15 is 75, not 150. Duh, I should have known that. 15 times 10, so 75 per minute. These are outputting at 30 per minute, so that's not going to be a super clean belt, which is a bummer. So what I'm going to have to do is take 5 of these and then split that in half. So, or I could just take these 2 and then this third one can split in half, and that would be 75 per minute. That'd be fine too. So this can just go here as a splitter, like that. And then this would be a merger here, do like that. And then you would come into here, you would go into there, you would go into here, and then this guy would come out to here, to here, and then to there, just like that. And so that would be 75 per minute going into that end over there. And then this would need 150 per minute, so we're going to do the other end first because that's going to make this easier. So we're going to grab a splitter from this and put it, where's the other one in line here? There we go. So splitter from there. Hell, we'll just run a merger this way, actually. Okay, and then that can go from, honestly, like that's probably, yeah, we'll go from there to there. Nope, that didn't like that. Nah, that didn't work either. Okay, maybe we'll just put it in. I don't need to be that anal about this. It's fine. That's really not that big a deal. And then the rest of these are going to get merged into here. So let's grab a merger. That's going to be, it's a little off center too, huh? Okay. We'll merge there, and then these are going to come together that way and that way. And then these are going to come together this way. And then we're going to merge all this stuff together. Do. Okay, that's actually why I put the belts so close together, by the way, in case you were wondering. I put them that close together so that I can do that, because I want to be able to just go in and click and double click real quick, you know, and get all that stuff taken care of. So that is why I do what I do, and why I do that. And then even though none of these really need to be 120, some of them do, but not all of them do. I'm just gonna go through and make them all 120s anyway, just to make sure. Because better to just to know than to not, you know, than to not know. So, and some of these are gonna need to be more than 120s, but that's okay. And then this is the mergers are all the way out. I think these already have, yeah, that already has 120s. And how about this side? What does this side got? Yeah, this has got 120s already too. So that should be everything at 120s. And then you're the one that comes all the way to here. That one I actually could be a bit nicer about. That one I could have come to here and then come... Oh, not really. Not really. Okay, you're just going to be a mess, and that's fine. And there we go. So that's all the belts piped up, and then we have to worry about power. So we're going to grab... probably from like right here. This will be where the power pole ends up, and then that'll have to run all the way back from there. You know what? Actually, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be from there. It'll be from. It'll be from back here. It'll be right here. So we'll have that be a thing. This can go away. Actually, no. I'll do a bird's eye when I'm done with all this. So you can power those two, and then come this way, because you're going to need to come this way. And you're going to need to come this way over to here. And honestly, I think I'm gonna undo those. And then this one I'll have do the miner, and then these guys can come in and do the smelters. Like this. And we'll do this. So another thing you need to worry about when you build stuff like this is that some of, like, this is all going to turn on all at once, and your power demand is going to skyrocket until everything catches up, you know? Like, all of these smelters are going to turn on, and then once, you know, everything fills up the way that it's supposed to, then the power usage will drop off dramatically, because the whole system has to get primed. So even though, like, these aren't using them, you know, like, it's a thing. Like, it's gonna take some time, you know, to load everything up. So you're gonna have to be a little patient with it, because your power is gonna hate you. You're gonna have to, you know, make sure that you have the capacity for all this stuff to turn on, because it's all gonna turn on at once, and it's gonna use a ton of power. So you know, be ready for that. And typically I don't just have everything on one big network, by the way. So I likely am gonna have to create separate, you know, I usually go through and create like separate you know, power deals, you know, versus having everything, whoops, you know, on one giant circuit. Oh, that's kind of a bummer that happened, but whatever. We'll just do it here. So like I like to separate stuff out so that each factory has its own like power line, so that I can turn stuff off individually if I need to. So this is gonna, you know, become its own thing eventually. So like this power is not gonna line up with that power. Like these are two separate. Oh, well, actually this is kind of one big factory actually. But typically like what I'll do is maybe I'll have like one power pole here, or maybe I'll have it over here instead, actually, where I have like one power line going this way, one power line going that way. Honestly, I'll probably it's gonna like I don't have a central location made yet, so how I run power is going to be very dependent on how and where that location is, on top of the fact that I have train stations. So likely what I'm going to end up doing is anything that's on a train station is going to be one switch, you know, and I'll have to do my best to, no, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Because all the rail has to connect. So once the power touches one station, everything has power. So unless the train stations have their own independent power network, none of that's going to work. Because I won't be able to turn off stuff remotely. I'd have to have the trains on their own circuit with their own power being produced in order to run all of the trains, and then also run power poles to every single factory that hook up to switches individually at the main base. And that's what I would have to do to be able to turn off certain factories without turning off the trains. Because anything that's connected to that train station, if that loses power, the train loses power, right? And if you turn off the power at one station, right? If you turned off, say, half your coal gens, and that factory is hooked up to a train station, then any power going through that train station is going to go all the way to that factory that you just tried to turn off. And so you're going to end up blowing a fuse if you try to turn off the power gen and you think it's also turning off the factory. So like what I just said is that if you want to have entire factories to be able to turn on and off while still maintaining your train systems, then what you have to do is have a separate power grid, separate power generation for just the trains, like, you know, 4 or 5 coal gens, maybe even more, for just the train stations. And then without ever hooking up power, you can't have any power lines coming off those train stations. Have a separate power grid through power poles that run to a main breaker room, like a big switchboard, that run independently from each switch to its own factory without ever crossing into other factory lines, right? Like you'd have to have, you know, 3, you know, think of it this way. If you had one line that went to stations, right? You had one line that would go to factory A, you'd have one line that go to factory B. If at any point one connects to here or one connects to there, your whole system's fucked up. So that can't ever happen. So if you want to have trains that are on a separate power grid and be able to turn off a factory without shutting down everything, then you're gonna need to do this, right? Like, now obviously you can still shut down that factory to cut off like the power to that factory, but it's not quite the same, right? It'll find a way. If there's any power pole in the wrong spot, it'll find a way. And if you want, and again, so the other stipulation is this is only if you want a main breaker room, right? If you want to set up a little room at like a hub, and you have a bunch of power switches in that room, you know, like this, and you go on and you get the double walls, and you do the whole thing, and they all have their own different power out, you know, and you got all your switches that you have named. If you're going to use trains, you can't ever connect your factories to that train station, because once you have power connected to a train station, the railway itself is a conductor, and it becomes a conduit for all power generation hooked up to any train station, which is a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. So if you want to do, you know, power switch rooms and have factory A, B, C, D all turned off on power without affecting your train system, or without your train system leaking, you know, power to that factory, making that switch obsolete, because that switch won't do anything if it's also hooked up to the train station, right? So you have to have independent power poles being run to each factory, and then your train station on a completely separate power gen network. You know, so that is what we're going to be doing on the save, so you guys can see how that works and what that's going to be. But we need to unlock a lot more stuff before we can do that. But that is going to be the goal. So that's why it's like how and where everything's getting powered is a little tricky right now. So we're just going to try to make sure that we have it easy to change without worrying too much about how and where and what's connected, because this whole area is going to be, you know, one factory, so this can all get connected together, but this factory connecting to another factory or connecting to train stations is going to be a no-no. So that, you know, that'll be a thing. So just to kind of get you guys on board with what's going to be happening with power at this location and this facility, and then this is all temporary and going to go away anyway, because this is going to get deleted. But I need cable in the meantime, so we're going to have this make us cable. But this can be messy, because we're not going to look at this for very long. And that's everything, actually. Okay, cool. So then this is going to go into storage. That's all powered up and doing its thing. This will have to go to the main breaker, which this isn't even that. That's not even the main base. You can see the tower over there. That's not even going to be the main base anyway, so that's not going to matter. I probably should put walls and stuff up here, but I don't think I need to. This is pretty out of the way. It's pretty low on the dunes. I don't mind having a couple factories out in the open like this. I don't need to make walls everywhere. But that's it. You know, super easy. Took us probably an hour to make this. This will make 600 wire per minute when it's fully belted up and fully powered. And that's all we need it to make, is that 600 wire per minute. We might need cable. I need to double check the Excel document. I don't know if this facility is supposed to make cable. If it is, I've got plenty of room, so I can add a second story, or just, you know, make that more permanent out that way and have this add cable. But we've got it belted up. We've got the highway system going a little bit right there. You know, this is all done up the way it needs to get done up, and so on and so forth. So this is ready to get turned on, and we have enough copper sheets for now, so I can just remove copper sheet production entirely, and then this will make us cable and wire all in that one location, and we'll just have to drive over every time we need cable and wire. But we can also make a storage bin on base and then just do one massive trip. You know, we don't have to, you know, come over every single time we need it, but we'll just do big massive trips like that, and that'll be fine. So let's there it is. We kind of built over our vehicle. Oh, that's fun. There we go. And we don't need that limestone node or anything like that, so this is all chilling, totally fine. I just ran myself over, didn't I? I ran myself over. That's fun. There we go. And this can just get ran all the way back. No big deal. And we can go check out the main base. I know that we got some new people coming by right now, so we'll check out the main base for all you guys as well, for those of you that haven't seen it yet. It took about 30 hours. This is what are we at for let me save my game here. So this is 35 hours. Let's go ahead and resave and see how many. So 35, about 36 hours. So 36 hours on the save for what we did. 7 of that was a previous attempt, and so we were joining back in the save after you know, not using it for a long while, because we actually started off in the Rocky Desert, right? We're on the other half of the map, and so I didn't like this biome, so I said fuck this shit, I'm out, and I took Bikini Bottom and pushed it somewhere else, and we ran all the way up to the Dune Desert. Because I thought I was making a plan for the Rocky Desert, but it turns out it was the Dune Desert, and I made a whole plan for the wrong biome. So instead of making a new plan, I just switched biomes, and it's been great. And I'm actually really enjoying the Dune Desert, so I'm glad that I did that. And then these 2 coal nodes are going to get used as well. So that's a thing that we're going to have to keep in touch on, because this is this factory, I believe, is called Steel B. I'm going to double check my map. Yeah, Steel B. So for those for those that are curious, in the Discord, this whole save has been planned out all the way to tier 7 and 8. I didn't do any plans for tier 7 and 8. That's not what this save is for. This whoops, that's way too long. Okay, but this has been planned out all the way to unlocking tier 7 and 8, not using tier 7 and 8. And the goal of this save is to do the space elevator in less than 60 minutes to unlock from tier 5-6 into tier 7-8. That is the goal of this save, to do that in less than an hour. So there's a whole plan on the Discord that includes an Excel document. It includes a Word document, which is what I'm working on right now. I'm working off of the Word document. And it also includes a color-coded train map of the entire logistics of this operation that is used in tandem with the Word document to show you, you know, where everything's going and not just what's getting made. Because the Excel document has a lot of data for like outputs, and the Word document summarizes it. But the train map that I color coded, by the way, all the different train lines with colored pencils and scanned it. That map is the visual representation of what's going on. So you can check that out in the Discord. There's a bot command for it too if you want to do !Discord. You can swing by the Discord and check out those maps. There's also blank maps in the Discord for you to be able to go in and print out your own plans and visualize it and do your thing. And I even have a close-up of just the Dune Desert. That's the same thing I've been working off of. So I have the close-up of the Dune Desert, and I have the whole map itself if you wanted to plan out something way bigger, which I'm also planning out as well. But we're taking a break from that plan in order to try this mini plan to see if I can get, you know, a one biome plan to work, and then, you know, go back to the big plan that's like the whole map and trying to make like a gigawatt of power. You know, that's kind of what we're gonna want to do in the future, but we're not gonna do that quite yet. I hard drive hunted like hell on my other save to be able to do that, so I was actually getting to a pretty good point to be able to start doing the infrastructure. And then I met another streamer who was into Satisfactory but didn't like the numbers too much, so I thought about doing a series to help, you know, make that not so scary, you know. And so this is the mess of a temporary factory, because we just needed stuff quick. This is what we made when we got back from the Rocky Desert. Well, not back, but when we moved from the Rocky Desert to here. And then this is the main base. I have a big lookout tower up there. It needs hypertubes. This is my copper factory right now. It's gonna get torn down. And then I went ahead and color matched the sand. So for those of you that didn't quite notice that, this is as close I could get to the eye of color matching the sand, so that my factory looks like it's kind of built more like in the desert, you know, like kind of, you know, part of the landscape instead of just like a bunch of floating platforms. So that was the plan for that. And I've been really enjoying it, and that is how I've been working so far. I do need a new thing though. I need a new way up here. So let's grab let's grab them real quick. I'll probably do this instead. That seems better. I'll leave that up too, and then we'll drive up that way. And we'll come back and grab the power from up top. There's the sound. Alrighty. So these two factories are actually they're going to get merged. These two factories here. So that's going to be a thing later. And then this is going to need to get brought up to here, so I can have some power for that wire factory. And, you know, I'll probably just build the storage for wire and cable, like right here, just to keep it easy. So that'll be, you know, our wire and cable for when we come back from the other place. And that should be getting power. Oh, it's not powered on yet. That is going to get run from here. From here? Is it going to get run from here? Do I have a line here? I do have a line here. Okay, cool. But I get run from over here. I don't want to clip it through. We'll put one here and put one there, and that will now turn on. I have plenty of capacity, so we're fine. So consumption just basically doubled. We'll have to rehook that up. Okay, we might need to end the stream, so that might be a good time to end. We'll come in here and delete some of. Do I have room in my inventory? No, I don't. Okay, so we'll probably end the stream there, guys. It's been longer than I thought, but we need to make sure that the dog's okay and get her settled back in and ready to go for the night, so that we can hopefully not have any more dog poop and stuff like that in the house. So that will be the game plan here. She definitely is gonna have to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna try to get her to go to the bathroom before I go to bed, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed here pretty soon. I don't really feel like going to bed, if I'm being honest. I'm not super tired, but it does need to happen. So we're gonna try, but I don't know how we feel about that right now. And let me dump off the. Let me dump my inventory out real quick. So if you guys have any questions or you know, anything like that, then go ahead and let me know, and we can work on that now while we have some downtime, because we have a lot of downtime right now. So if there's anything that you have questions about, if you're new, if you want maybe some tips for what maybe what I found that has worked out really well for me about certain things, or if there's something that you have that you just thought of that you're not sure like how big of a problem that would be, or if you have like concerns about wanting to jump in the game, like I know that this can be a pretty overwhelming thing. So if there's anything I can do to kind of ease your mind about, you know, making the jump and buying this game, let me know, because I definitely recommend it, and I'd be surprised if you don't like it. And if you don't, then you can always return it, right? Like Steam has an amazing return policy, so you can always do that too, and go from there. So hopefully you guys do decide to get it, because it is a fantastic game, and I'm a huge fan. But in the meantime, I am more than able to field out some concerns and questions for what you guys would like to see from the game, or what you guys are hoping is in the game, stuff like that. To, you know, help you stay excited and get excited about Satisfactory, because it's absolutely a game worth getting excited over. I can't stress that enough. This is an awesome game, and it is absolutely worth you know, getting excited about and hyping yourself up and getting ready to really enjoy this game. But otherwise, I think we're gonna have to you know, to call it here, and do a little bit of inventory management before we go. There's always a couple, you know, little things to do on the checklist to make sure everything's going okay, and then we're gonna have to call it, because we have some stuff we have to attend to. And this is oh good, that's actually full. Awesome. This is really backing up on concrete, so I'll be able to go crazy with the concrete. That'll be good. And then steel production needs to get set up. That's like #1 priority, is getting steel. But to do that, we have to get rid of this copper factory. That's like the next step. We have to get rid of, we have to re-expand this factory out, so we have to rebuild all this and get these walls put together and stuff like that, because this is going to be merged here. In fact, what we might do is leave this open and merge it on the 2nd story only, and make like a tunnel here, because I'm kind of loving that idea. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna make this a tunnel here and merge it on just the 2nd story, and I am loving that idea. So that'll be really, really cool. That'll be a beautiful architectural thing, and we might even do that here. But there doesn't need to be, like, there's no cross production here. Like, this doesn't need to be a thing. Oh, whoops, I forgot. There used to be walkways here that I have all this stuff powered off of. That's really funny that it's just floating up there. I totally spaced about that. I totally spaced about that. I was considering doing that versus running, whoops. Running this like that. Oh, that needs to get deleted. Nope. God damn it. That was the wrong button. It's okay. I'm definitely a pro gamer. Been doing this my whole life. I think we'll do something like this and have it be like a V. That way it stays symmetrical, you know? Otherwise it won't be symmetrical. Oh, come on. That's annoying. Can I? I'm missing the cable. That's fun. Can I? Thank you. That's the only downside about these wall connectors, that they're a little finicky, because they want to do their best to not over snap. Like, if they snapped too hard, then you'd never be able to put two right next to each other. So it's like, it's the correct amount of snap. It's just, you have to get used to it. And it's so, it's not that it's finicky, it's just that it's unforgiving, right? Like, it's not bad, it's just unforgiving. So it takes a hot minute to get used to it. But yeah, we'll connect those two on the 2nd story, and we'll make like a walkway, and that'll be really cool. And this will all get hooked up that way. This is all gonna have to get deleted. We'll have to make smart plating somewhere else. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we won't delete that. We'll just delete what's down here and then rework it, because this is all gonna have to go and get changed. Let's dump off the power shards at the hub and get that taken care of. We didn't find anything worth bringing back to sync, so we don't have to worry about that. The color gun, I'll leave on me. For just the power shards will drop off. Because the object scanner, that is... Oh, no, I have a... Oh, no, wait, never mind. Do I have a... Yeah, no, those are both mine. I made extras for Sapa, so that's why I was curious to what was going on there. And did I... No, I already made extra chutes. Okay, I'm gonna have to make more parachutes. Which means I'm gonna just make biomass, which I do have, but I think I left it in the car. So I'm gonna have to turn that into some biomass from there. And I need another storage unit for copper sheets. I just realized that. I need room for copper sheet storage because that's going to be a thing. So we'll put one there for copper sheets. This is wire, so we'll go ahead and grab that and put wire. Was it this one? No. That one. That one's wire. So wire, and then the rest of that wire we can just sink, right? We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to sink the rest of the wire because we just don't need any more than that. And then the cable we do kind of need a lot of, but we don't need a lot of it here. So we'll sink the rest of the cable as well. So the rest of that stuff can just get deleted. And we'll go through and just delete all this in mass, and then we'll save all of the copper sheeting. And then this is going to be enough copper sheeting for a long time. So then the rest of it can also just get synced and go from there. So now this whole factory can just get dismantled because none of this matters anymore. Because we just set up wire A to have all the wire that we need. And I wish I could see in here right now, but I can't. And so everything in here is just going to get sunk because it just doesn't matter anymore. Oh, another part of this save, by the way, mainly for now at this point now for people watching the repeat, is that this whole save uses no alternate recipes, but my other plan does. In order to maximize everything that's happening, it absolutely uses alternate recipes. That is like a requirement to make as many things as possible. You have to use alternate recipes because the amount that you can make just like quadruples in quantity if you use alternates versus not using alternates. So this save uses only standard recipes. If you guys would like to see, you know, a plan that does use alternate recipes, what I recommend is my other save plan. I'm not going to go through and do this, but with alternates. It's just not worth it. You know, the main goal of this save is to be like you can unlock all the tech, and then from there it's up to you, man. Like if you have, you know, maybe if you want another goal, then, you know, make a plan for that, set another goal kind of thing. But if you just want to be able to, like, what I recommend right now for people on this save is that if you want this save to be something that you go in and you just like, as like you just want to get all of the toys, right? Like you get all the toys and then you want to play with them. That is what this plan is for. That is, if that's what you want to do with Satisfactory, you need to follow my plan, because this will help you do that, because you can unlock all the toys and then reset up stuff to go for exactly what you want to play with, right? Otherwise, if you just have like a massive general goal of what you want to do for the save and you know what you want to do now, then don't do this, right? Like this is a lot of redundant building for you if you already know what you want to do. Like if you know what you want to do, then make a plan for that. And if you want help making your plan, I'm right here. You know, we can plan together all you want, man. Like I'm down for that. I'm more than happy to talk shop with you and figure out a plan for what you want to do in your Satisfactory save. I think that'd be great. I'm very into that. So you're more than welcome to come by and talk shop and figure out what you want to do with your Satisfactory save and why, and go from there. I think that'd be really cool, and I'm into that. So if you want to come by and you want to make a brand new plan just for you that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing right now, either for my other save or for this save, then no big deal. Let's do it. Let's chat it up. No big deal. I encourage that, actually. I encourage you guys to come by and copy what I'm doing. So if you want to just you know, talk about the plan I'm making and stuff like that, and shop some ideas and figure out what's you know, some solutions for what you're going to be doing as well, or maybe you have issues that you're running into that maybe I haven't run into yet but you need help solving now, we can workshop through that too. Like, you know, whatever works, man. This is a really fun game. It's a really awesome community game, and so I want to, you know, engage with you guys as much as we can. It's very much a rewarding and awesome community experience. So more than happy to talk with you guys about that kind of stuff and figure out what's going on and help each other out. You know, that is one of my favorite things about gaming, is that you have that community and that people that do, you know, genuinely want to help other people out and game together and grow the fan bases of games that they love, you know, and help you know, these two amazing games, or just not necessarily two amazing games, but just these amazing games that we love, you know, grow and do well and have a thriving community base. So oh, and for those of you that are wondering how I'm getting my stuff to be built black, it's because I have the color gun and I changed the default thing. So it now does a different default build mode. So if I build something that needs a different color, then I have to go with the color gun and click it again. But I can change all of the default stuff on the color gun, you know, whenever I feel like it, basically. So that's kind of a thing. And this corner doesn't really need to be here, so this is where I'm gonna make my stairs. Oh my god, I hate when I do that. So this will be stairs here, so that'll be what we put up here and right here. So let's grab this, and we'll grab the gate wall. There we go. There, and then we'll grab the stairs. Oh, actually I have a preset for this somewhere, don't I? Thought I did. I do. Yeah, just grab stairs left. Whoops. There we go. And oh, just like that. And now we've got stairs, and this will go up to the second story. This will likely continue all the way up to the next story as well, because this is definitely going to be a 2-story building. At least I'm thinking it's going to be. It honestly might not, so we probably won't go too crazy with the planning, because there's a good chance. Can I just get the fence? I just want to get the fence. Come on. Oh god damn it. Okay, I fell all the way down, so we're gonna have to fix that. There we go. And that's gonna be the wrong color, I think. Is it? Oh no, not yet. It is the wrong color, but that's okay that it's the wrong color right now. I haven't gone through and colored all this yet. And this is smart plating. How many tickets do we have? 4? Oh hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Let's unlock some stuff in the awesome shop. And then this will be brought over in a walkway, and we might use actual walkways instead of the foundations. And then this is all doing its thing. This building isn't going to get completely teared down. This building is going to get merged with that building. And so depending on if it's a 2-story or a 1-story factory, then that'll end up influencing what we do here. But that's going to be a thing. So this is going to get merged together. So we're going to have some stuff on the 1st story here, some stuff on the 1st story there, and then it'll come up and meet, you know, on the 2nd story as well. Well, actually, if you're going to do walkways here, it'd have to meet on the 3rd story. So it probably will be foundations here. But maybe we'll do foundations in the middle, and then we'll have walkways on both sides. So it'll just be like a small bit here, like, right? Maybe we go like a 4 wide or 3 wide. There we go. Yeah. So maybe we'll do this. We'll go 3 wide like this, because that's the middle of the factory. And so we'll go 3 wide and then go 2 wide walkways, right? So that'll be cool. That'll be really cool. I'm out of concrete. Okay. But yeah, so we'll do 3 wide like this, and then we'll have 2 wide walkways on either side to go across and like make that tunnel and finish that tunnel. And then we can go down here and grab ramps Oh, we need the inverted ramps. But so we'll grab inverted ramps, and we'll put inverted ramps on the bottom of this to make it more like an archway, more like a little bridge. Not that we really need it to. It's not long enough that we need to worry about that, but it could be a cool like little detail architecturally to do that. But we need to get the inverted ramp pack before that's a thing. And so that'll be a cool little bit that we can do there. And then this one is apparently going to be a gate wall. I did not know that, but that's fine. We can make that a gate wall. And then this one would be a gate wall then too. So that will be a gate wall, and that'll be a gate wall, and that'll be a gate wall. Cool. Oh, and there's actually a staircase right here. Okay, so that's gonna have to get moved. So that's now a bad staircase. Don't do that. Okay. Well, that'll actually free up some concrete for me to make the rest of that walk. Oh, never mind. Don't do that. Saw that other thing get highlighted, and I was like, nah, fuck you. I'm not doing that. Do that. Okay, cool. So then that just won't have a staircase yet. I was pretty optimistic about where that one would go. And so we'll do this, and we'll come up this way. Just like this, and then that'll end up going into a walkway. Oh, so we probably want that staircase to turn around. No, I mean, we'll have it come up here, and then we'll just go around this way. So that'll be a thing. So this fence will be here. Maybe we won't do it too wide. Maybe we'll just do a 1 wide and leave some room. We can't do it on the edge, though. If I do it on the edge, I have to move this thing. So maybe we just go 1. Maybe we just do 1. Maybe we do 1, 1, 1. And we do walkway here, walkway here, all the way across, and then we have item spine with like actual walls here, right? Like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that they have the right pattern facing out. Yeah, so that would be like walkways here to have this go over to here and meet this way. But yeah, I got built the right way. And then this can be stackable conveyor poles to go up, because this is going to be 3 high like this. Right? So that'll end up being built up like that up to the next story. And so we can have stackable conveyor poles coming through here to bring whatever needs to come over do like that and like that, and then we can still squeeze through the middle here, and so that can be a thing where we have those guys coming through, so we can have 2 lines of stackables coming through the middle here, and then on this side we have walkways. And that'll be a thing, and we'll use probably the actual walkways like this, and then that will connect over just like that. And what we'll probably do is actually we'll probably do this in order to hide that foundation, right? We'll do this to make it look better, and we'll do this. And we'll do better than that. We'll grab a 2-meter ramp like that, and we'll raise it up like this, so that on the bottom it doesn't show, right, the bottom of that foundation, and it looks way better. And then we just have the ramps like that, and then we can have the flat walkways going across, and that'll look sick. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I really like that. And then we'll just have walkways like that over there, and we'll keep the railings up, stuff like that, and that'll be really cool. I'm into that. I dig that. No more tickets. This is still dumping, but that's all pretty low value stuff, so don't expect anything great from that. And what do we need? We have 4. So we can grab the factory ladder, which would be amazing. I would love the factory ladder. We don't really need pipeline wall attachments. I can get away without those. I don't need those. I do need conveyor walls. That is kind of like the next big thing. But I also need hypertube wall attachments in order to finish this guy. But I don't even have hypertubes unlocked yet. So that's not a huge rush. Conveyor walls are kind of more important. So I don't have any tickets remaining. So we're going to have to save those and not spend them right away. Because like one more ticket and we can grab conveyor walls. That's kind of a big deal. And then windowed walls are going to be fun too. I really want the single window to play with that more, because I haven't used those a whole lot. But I also want the factory ladder. I also really like the factory ladder. But I don't think I want that more than I want conveyor walls or the window walls. That'll probably be what I get last. And I need hypertubes too. The hypertube attachment is going to be big. So that's a huge organizational thing that we desperately need. So yeah, that'll be a thing. So that's all getting sunk. It'll take a minute, but it's not a whole lot of points anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. We've got our big tower. This needs hypertubes like a lot. And they'll be inside, by the way. That's what this is for. Inside bit. That's what the hypertube's gonna come out up there. So it'll wrap around. You know, it'll start probably like right here, and then go like out and up and around and kind of snake all the way up, and then eventually go out that hole. And then this is the thing, that factory will get built the way that it's gonna get built. So, you know, split down the middle. We'll have a roadway going out this way. Not that I don't even know if we need one going out this way. Honestly, this is kind of like a square off point, but maybe we'll have one going out this way over to there. I don't know. It's probably not the plan though. We might go back on this and just not, you know, this probably isn't going to be a roadway actually. The more I think about this is probably not going to be a roadway. So maybe we just do this for architectural sake, and then we just have like a little, like, just to have it be a little bit different, you know? Maybe we'll just play with it. And I think the more I see that like 1 wide and 3 high, the weirder that looks. I do love this idea, but I think it does need to be 3 wide. But I just don't know how it would look with walkways right up next to it. Maybe that would look okay, but I think I want to keep this railing that way and then have a walkway here, 1 in. But if I make this 3 wide, then it has to go out to here with the walkway right there, and that may not look super great. So unless I did like this bit all the way back here, and it would look a bit more modern, and I could have it be all the way on the edge with a single walkway basically down the middle, or like just off center, that would work. Because I could do like a 2 wide here. I could go like can I do 2 or could I do 3? I could do 2. I could do like a 1 2 there, and then do a walkway down the middle with like that little like hump, you know, that little cutout over there, and that could look pretty cool. Or even if I did 3 like this with it touching there, you know, with this middle bit being the walkway, that could still look pretty cool. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do that instead, because this doesn't have to be a thing, right? But then also, like, I don't know, because like I don't think I need to go through here. So like, what would be the point? Like, I'm not really going through this area, you know? Like, if it was this way, that would make sense, right? If I went for like an archway from here to here, and this was my iron factory, and I did like little archways so that stuff could go through, that would make more sense. But this is kind of a little like unnecessary, because what purpose does it serve, right? I don't know what purpose this would serve. It would look really cool, and I would like it very much, but I don't think it would really serve a purpose. So we'd have to find a way to make it serve a purpose, which would usually mean something going through here. And so maybe we do have a train that goes out this way. Maybe we put a split here, and maybe 1 train goes out this way, 1 train goes out this way, kind of thing. But we only have, I think, 1 train going through here, right? I'd have to look at the map again. But coal, oh no, I mean, coal's gonna come through here, but that's Yeah, no, there's not really a need for a train to go up this way. It kind of just goes out toward iron. Well, actually, it does go toward. The trains have to go out toward the iron factory. That's the train line, is the this way. That direction there. So trains kind of do have to go out this way, because if they go out this side here, then they can go out that way, because this is where the trains have to go. Every train that comes through this factory has to follow that power line. So they kind of do go that way instead of going this way. They don't really go this way. So I could put the train station here in this big area, right? And then have the train go out over here. Like the train could go out this way and then come all the way around. It wouldn't need to go that way. Nothing would need to go that way. And then it could come around this way. That would just be for cars, like a driveway that way. Come around this way and then go back out here. And then it wouldn't go through here. This would just be an empty area that I could like park vehicles and stuff. Or I could just have that come in here and then go out this corner and just be like a quick in and out this way as like a loop, and you know, in here, out there. And then I can have this be like a big vehicle area that supports the train station. That could be a thing. But we'll have to play with it when we get trains unlocked. But in the end, it does seem like I can make this work. I can make that functional. So I think what we're gonna do is is do it this way. I think I like this idea of doing it like this. I'm missing concrete. And grabbing and doing it this way. I think I really like that, and I want to do it this way. So we're gonna do that. Is that actually gonna stay? Oh, that's actually gonna stay. Oh no, it's not. It's facing the wrong way. It's facing the wrong way. So that will go to here. Nope, that's going the wrong way. We'll do it from up top. It's easier from up top. It is way easier from up top. Do oh god damn it. Okay. Oh, I didn't even build this right anyway. Okay, that's fun. Needs to go like this. Do there we go. There we go. Okay. And then this is gonna have to get built out. It can't though because it's a space elevator. So that'll be a thing there. And then that'll be a thing here. And then this can be a way for stuff to come through. Oh, but then it's gonna be in the way of the staircase. It doesn't really matter though. It can be in the way of the staircase. That's fine. That's fine. That'll go here. Like that. And that'll go there like that. That's not high enough on that side, but that's fine. And then this would get a walkway in front of it, because that would be the roof up here for the third story. That'd be the third story roof. And that still leaves plenty of room for conveyor belts to get run through this area if they need to. And then this would just be this little, you know, way to get up to the second story here. Room for conveyor belts, just fine. They can even go over that walkway if they need to. They can go too high over that, easy. And then this would do its thing. Do we have another ticket yet? No. And then that would be a thing, you know, that could be really cool. That could be really cool. And that would be about half of it as well. That'd be about half the factory, because we'd have the walkway here, this dead center across the middle. And then this would obviously be gone. And that could be really neat to help the trains go through. So I'm liking that. I think I'm gonna like that. That's gonna look pretty cool, and it looks way deeper now. It looks much more impactful. It doesn't look like just like one little walkway kind of thing. It looks like there might be even like a machine in there or something like that. Kind of cool. So kind of connecting the two halves of the factories. I'm digging this. Because we could just smelt over here and then ship over there, or we could even smelt over here and then ship over here. But this is a bigger area, so this is likely going to be constructors, because I need way more constructors than I need smelters. So we'll probably smelt here and then belt it up and over there, you know, distribute it here the way it needs to, and then bring it all the way back over there. And we might even subfloor it, because we have plenty of room underneath here. In case you're wondering, there's plenty of room under here that we could subfloor from the factory over to the train stations from here. So that could be interesting as well. So that'll likely be what we do as well. So that's a pretty good stopping point. That's a pretty good note there. These just need some plates real quick. I'm not going to worry about the screws. Give those some rods. Grab you. Bring that in. And then we're going to grab you. Rods in. Those down. Cool. And we're almost, you know, maxed out on modular frames, which is good. We're going to need a lot of those. Yeah. That's looking pretty good. You know, this guy's kind of in the way a little bit. Kind of bummed, but we managed to make this work. This guy's not going anywhere. So this is looking good. I'm still pretty happy with this. And, you know, this factory's looking good. This guy I don't have to touch anymore. He's done. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. This is the next, you know, this is the end goal here. This guy needs to get up and running. It's not. This needs to get built. All this stuff has to get moved out of the way. And just kind of waiting on that ticket. It'll be a little bit longer. This is still getting dumps. Oh, I'll add some plates to that. And that concrete too. Cool. But yeah, that'll be a thing for later that we're gonna have to deal with here. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that later. We might just handcraft some of that stuff for hypertubes. It's not that bad. I don't really want to do that though. That's a little rough. But we have tons of color cartridges, so that we don't have to worry about that anytime soon. We do need to make some biomass out of what was in the car, but we'll probably do that another time because we've been streaming long enough. This is already an hour and a half longer than I thought I'd get to today, so that's kind of nice already. But yeah, this has all been a thing. Let me just grab all this. I'm just gonna take all this, and we'll process some of this stuff real quick. I don't think I want to make those by hand, but I need quartz crystal, so we're gonna make quartz crystal real quick out of some of this stuff. We'll make some biomass. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just make some biomass real quick. Because I need to make fabric to make more parachutes. So that's the thing. Morning, Jakku. What's up, dude? Good morning. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Have you checked out the Satisfactory streams yet, or are you new to coming by for this game? Because we're pretty deep in this save. Not super deep. I took the liberty of making it look like we're deeper than we are by you know, making some permanent factories that are, you know, pretty. You know, they're for lack of a better word, they're not like perfect. Like they could be prettier, but they're definitely like not just like random like out in the open stuff. You know, like I took the time to make them like look good. Because most of the stuff that I have on my other save is just kind of like floating platforms and stuff, you know, like not worried about, you know, other stuff like that. But how long is that going to be? Oh, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Oh yeah, I can make those by hand. Otherwise, there's a whole setup I have to do, and like a bunch of belts I have to connect, and the whole thing I have to make. Like it's a lot of effort for something that I'm, you know, gonna do for like 20 minutes, 20 seconds. You know, like it's not that bad. Just to toss into a thing once, and I gotta make some fabric. I'll make some parachutes because I'm almost out, and then I'll show you what I got going on real quick too, and then we gotta end. But you know, you have the recap to watch, so that'll be neat. Let's see. Let's grab all of that, and we'll make some fabric. Why can't I make fabric? Oh, because it's not. You don't make it in there. That's why. Make it in here. This is where you make fabric. Is this going to be limited? No, it's going to be limited by the biomass, not the mycelia. Close though. It's close. There's only going to be like 50 left. But I do need hella fabric, so I don't really need. I mean, I do need the mycelia for other things, but I can get it. Like I know where it is, kind of thing. Like you can get a lot of it. In fact, we grabbed a bunch of it on a previous stream when we were on our way over to this location. We found a cave of it, and we just like soaked up a ton of it. And this is the end of it. You know, we grabbed probably 1,000, if not more, mycelia, and we've gone through almost all of it, you know. So I was thinking maybe I wouldn't need to get mycelia ever again, but there's the chance that I might need to, you know, go get some more. I'll run into it eventually, you know, but I might have to go out of my way to find some. It depends on how long it takes me to get that jetpack. The jetpack makes me not have to make parachutes, which drastically lowers my demand for mycelia. So if I can manage to not need parachutes for you know, a minute, which means unlocking tier 5, 6, and getting that jetpack, then I don't need nearly as much mycelia. But then I also end up needing a lot of packaged fuel, and that's not fun either. It's easier, you can automate it, you know, and you can always go back and grab it whenever you need it, but it's still a chore to set up, to say the least. So I'm gonna call it there. I know that that's enough to do what I need to do for right now, and it'll save some of that for later, just in case. There it is. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna go over to you, and I'm gonna drop off that because I don't need those anymore. And then, oh, Caterium, I need to turn into Caterium ingots, right? The MAM is a thing. So what's the Caterium tree? Oh, I just need raw quartz, raw Caterium, so not ingots. Okay, so raw Caterium for that. That's gonna be for later. The alien organs are definitely for later. We'll save that. We'll save those. Oh, actually, the alien organs I can turn into things now, can't I? With mycelia? I thought that was a thing. Yeah. There we go. The medical inhalers. These guys are super important. So that's what I need mycelia for as well. And then we'll put 2 back in there, and then we'll grab the rest into our hands. That'll be good. And drop that in there. And call that good. Yeah, I think that's probably good for that area there. What else needs to get done before we call this a night? I was thinking something before, wasn't I? Oh, fabric. The fabric and the cable. I need to make parachutes, so I need to go over to my cable storage and grab cable to make fabric. I need to make parachutes out of fabric and cable. So that is over here. Yes, that is over here. And I think it's the equipment shop. I might be able to do it out of this actually. With the craft bench, can I? No, it's out of the equipment shop. Parachutes, 100. Okay, what am I limited by then? I think I'm limited by the fabric. But I might as well make both stacks. But yeah, Jackie, we're gonna have to end pretty soon. I know you just got here, but we're gonna have to end. We're just doing a little bit of stuff so that way the next stream isn't like starting off kind of slow, you know, and we can kind of kick it off with some actual stuff and some actual building. Because we need to figure out what the plan is. I'll probably do that live tomorrow or next time I stream. It honestly may not be tomorrow. I might need to take a couple days off to help deal with the dog that we have at the house right now, because she needs a lot of attention, and streaming is not really going to fit in that schedule right now. So this will probably be the last stream for a day or two at least, so that I can go through and give her the attention that she needs, because she needs a lot of attention. And streaming just isn't going to fit in that schedule. So this is probably my last stream for a little bit. So hopefully that's not a huge impact on you guys. I know, you know, there's not a lot of you that, you know, are religiously watching the content, and there's not a lot of you that are religiously watching Satisfactory. So it should be fine. I know it's not like the best news ever. I know it's not what you were hoping to hear today. But we do. I mean, she's a rescue. She's a stray. Like we just got her, you know, like 2 days ago. We don't even know if we're gonna be able to keep her. We're doing our best that we can, but it's a lot of work, and it's a huge change, an absolute huge change, and it just needs to be a thing. If you want to play it, go ahead, but not everyone will watch. Yeah, I'd say most people just are. Yeah. That's fair. It's not a huge game. It deserves to be. I'll tell you that. Satisfactory absolutely deserves to be a huge game, but it is not a huge game, and its Twitch numbers are not great. You know, it could be better, but at the same time, like, it's respectable. It's a really awesome game, and it is by all means a respectable amount of content and some very dedicated viewers. And honestly, most of the time when it comes to people watching the game, it's straight up you know, other Satisfactory players. It's just other people who also play the game, who also like the game, that want to play it. And so, you know, I understand if this just isn't your thing because you don't play the game. And my response to that would be, you should start playing the game. Like, it's a really awesome game, and maybe it's just not your genre. Totally makes sense. You know, I didn't think it was really my genre either, but I'm really happy I gave it a try. I really am. And you know, Steam also has that whole, like, you know, if you don't play enough hours, then you can return it and get all your money back. Like, this is absolutely, it's like 25 bucks. If you've got 25 bucks to spare, and you can afford that 25 bucks to just not be there if you want to keep the game, play this for a couple hours, man. I mean, you get 2 hours free on Steam for the refund to work, right? So play it for an hour and a half, and if you like it in that first hour and a half, you're gonna love it, right? That first hour is like the most boring the game ever is. So if you like that first hour, you're gonna have an amazing time with Satisfactory, and you're gonna like it, and you should definitely keep it. And there's it is possible that you get like hyper focused and you play it for like a long time when you first get it, and maybe you put in like 40, 60, 70 hours into the game and then put it down, right? Totally possible. A lot of people do it with this game. They hyper focus on it, they move on. But to that, I'd say to put in 50 hours on a $25 game, I mean, that's great. I mean, like, there's a lot of free-to-play games out right now, but this game absolutely deserves your money. Promise you that. They're a fantastic company, and I couldn't sing their praises long enough. Like, if they sponsored me, I'd take it in a heartbeat, because it's no option, man. I'd promote their content whether they paid me or not. It's good shit, man. So I'm more than happy to tell you guys to play this game, to buy this game, because it's absolutely worth it. I'll tell you that 100%. It's absolutely worth it, and I haven't had any regrets buying once I bought this game. None. And granted, I put 300 hours in too, so like I definitely got my money's worth for an early access game for sure. But on top of that, what I would say is that this is the kind of game, and it's the kind of early access game, that it has massive content drops. Like, they go through religiously and make sure everything is fantastic, right? And on top of that, what they're adding is huge. Like, it's actual, like, big, impactful, game-changing stuff. It's not just a little bit of random things that make the game feel a little bit better. Like, they're dramatically changing and fleshing out this universe that they want to create, and they're dropping it in these really, like, awesome, significant chunks that let you come back to the game and experience a brand new 20 hours that you never even thought was going to happen, you know, at least 20 hours. And it's just great, man. Like, it is the kind of game that even if you bought it right now and then hardcore binged it and then put it down, you could come back in 6 months or maybe even less, and there's going to be so much new content that you can come into. And granted, if someone from Satisfactory said, whoa, so much content in 6 months, yeah, recently they put out a lot of content, right? There's been a lot of really awesome content back to back. I think realistically it's more like a year. In the last year, they've had 2 really awesome updates, and those have been super awesome, super amazing. And they're having another one come out either end of this year or beginning of next year. They've said that update might be smaller and likely will be smaller than update 4, but still impactful and still good. So if you wanted to hop into this game now and play it for, you know, 50-60 hours, which is more than possible, and then put it down for a little bit and come back in like 6 months, you're gonna have plenty more content to play with, and some really awesome stuff's gonna have changed. And it'll be worth it for sure. This is definitely the kind of game that you can binge and come back to. In fact, I did too. I put down probably 150 hours on this game with the first 2 weeks that I bought. Well, probably the first month that I bought it. Really, if not, maybe a month and a half. You know, and really basically played it on average about 8 hours a day for about 150 hours. Maybe more like 120, and played that for a long time, right? And then I put it down for probably, you know, 6 to 9 months actually, that I just put down the game and then came back to it. And it's fantastic, man. I retained a lot of what I learned also. So like, the lessons that you learn are simple but important. And it is absolutely one of those games that you can play a bunch, put down, come back, and it feels like you never left, you know? But, you know, with content, you know, you still keep that experience with you, and it's not like you forget a whole bunch of things. Like, you remember everything in the game because it's not that complicated, but the tools that you have are used in so many different ways that that's what gives it the depth, right? Like, what you're given to play with is simple, and you can expand that with the Awesome Shop and make it a bit more complicated and open up some avenues. But the base game is so simple that once you learn those tricks, it's really hard to forget them. And it's really hard to forget what's in the game. And what you usually struggle with is that when you come back to the game, what you're struggling with is learning the update, right? Like, all the people that I've seen come back now, they're like going like, oh, that's a feature now, I forgot, kind of thing. Like, they were doing something the hard way, the old way, and they come back and they haven't memorized the new way yet, or remember that the new way is a thing, so they just keep doing it the old way. And that's, you know, that's kind of like how this game ends up working, you know, that there's absolutely enough content. There's absolutely the possibility for you to, you know, binge this game, put it down, come back. So even if you're worried, like, well, what if I only play it for like 60 hours and put it down? Like, you know, one, it's only $25, right? So that's, you're already, you know, it's like a dollar every 50 cents an hour for you to have entertainment. Like, that's kind of great, you know? So fuck it, you know, for a 50-hour game for $25, I'd pay 50 cents an hour to have something to do, right? That's cheap as shit. I've, you know, granted, I've gotten a lot more mileage out of like FPS games because I really like that, and the repetitiveness doesn't dawn on me, you know. But Satisfactory is gonna have a story. There is a storyline that they're making. There is a campaign that they're making, and so it's gonna have a storyline. So there's gonna be things for you to do. You know, even after you make a massive factory, that it was going to follow a storyline. Oh, you can see all the lights from our other factory over there. That's really neat. And you know, so there's going to be plenty of things to do. It'll be really cool. So it's a really awesome game. I really, love supporting the devs. I want to support the devs as much as I can. But obviously I already paid for the game. I even bought it for a friend, so I can't really do much more right now. They don't offer in-game transactions either, which is really good. I love that. There's nothing. Everything in the Awesome Shop is in-game currency. There's no microtransactions, which is the way I like it. If we want to keep supporting the devs and we have the money, what we'll probably do is Satisfactory giveaways, and we'll give away the game on Steam to people from the community as well. I don't know when we'll do that. The channel is obviously not making any money, so if the channel ever does make money, then that is what I would absolutely love to do. I'd love to do, giveaways for the game to support the devs even more, because I've already bought the game twice, once for me, once for a friend, and I'd buy the game every time I have $25 free if I could, because it's worth it. It's a really awesome game. And I really hope some people try it out. And for those of you that have been trying it out that are a lot more experienced, I would really love to hear what you have as feedback on my my planning that I've been doing, and all that content that we've been putting out for you guys as well. So that's been some pretty neat content that I've had a lot of fun making, and hopefully you guys like it. In fact, I think we're gonna do 1 meters. Actually, yeah, we are. We're gonna do 1 meters there. There's no way that I want higher ceilings, so. We'll do 1 meters. There we go. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And it's gonna have to be bedtime soon because it is 2 in the morning for me. So obviously not what we planned on staying up. But I did notice that we had someone drop by. So hello, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, if you're not, then just welcome back. And this is our Satisfactory stuff. So we're gonna have a factory, in 2 parts here, so that way we have some trains come through when we get to trains, and that's a big mess that we're gonna delete soon. .tm. I don't know how soon, but soon it's gonna go away. I hate that. I don't want to look at it anymore. So we're gonna try to fix that up. We've got a concrete factory over here. That's all nice and pretty and doing its thing, and that's already finished and put a bow on. This is our steel factory that's made but not producing because we need to get the coal from over there, and that's our power plant back there. 2400 megawatt capacity, 32 coal gens. We're at about half of that right now. It's all built. We just have to upgrade belts to get it to do the thing and get more power, but we're at about half capacity right now. Off of that, and then this is gonna slowly trickle up in capacity as well as we get those Mark IV belts. And then we've got oh shit, that's annoying. Okay, anyway, this is gonna turn into an iron factory here. This was a copper factory. We just deleted that today because we built a new copper factory with all those lights. I don't know if you see those lights back there, but we have a new copper factory all the way in the distance because that's where it needs to be for our big master plan that we have for this save that's in the Discord. Shout out to the Discord if you guys want to join that. There's a color-coded train map, so if you guys want to see a map of where all the train stations are going to be with color-coded train lines for each train about what station they're going to go to and where, that's in the Discord. We have a Word document explaining the train stations and what they're going to be producing, sending, and receiving. And then we have an Excel document going over how we got all those numbers in the first place. And so that is all in the Discord under Sapa the Goat, Discord Satisfactory. In the Discord, there's a Satisfactory tab, and then in the Satisfactory tab, there's Sapa the Goat and Farce. Farce is a different master plan that we've been working on, but we're taking a pause from to test out our planning thesis on this save and figure out if this is even going to work. Getting just more experience. We only have 300 hours, which is granted a lot of hours, but when it comes to like how many hours you can put on a save, like I've put 150 hours on a single save. So to have 300 in the whole game and only like 35 on this save, I think we're getting close to 40 actually. We're getting close to 40 hours in the save. 37. So 37 hours in the save. 7 of that was on a previous biome. We actually started off in the Rocky Desert, and then I decided I don't like the Rocky Desert, so we just took everything and moved it over here. So we're now in the Dune Desert, because I haven't actually played in the Dune Desert before, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the Dune Desert. A lot of biomass. The combat is more difficult than the beginning area. The creatures are a lot harder here, especially if you don't have the Xeno Zapper. I moved here with the Xeno Zapper, so I didn't have to use oh sorry, not the Xeno Basher. If you only have the Xeno Zapper, it's not quite as easy, you know. So I moved over here with the rebar gun and with the Basher, so it was a lot easier to handle this biome. If I only had the Zapper, I probably would have died a lot. But anyway, oh, I do have those in my hand. Good. But yeah, so that's kind of what we've been going on with this save. If you have any questions or stuff like that, you know, if you're, I don't know if you're new to the game, if you're not new to the game or stuff like that, then, you know, let me know. We're gonna hop into an exit mode here because we do need to end. I've got to, you know, get the dog ready for bed. I've got to get me ready for bed and start winding down here because it is getting pretty late. But for progress, this is the only thing left that we have in tier 4. Then we have to start making versatile framework and automated wiring. I already made all the smart plates, so those are the 2 things left to unlock tier 5, 6. Most of this stuff we can do without tier 5, 6. I already have basically all of the base stuff I need to make all the factories, so I'm not super worried about like unlocking that yet. Hey Trajan, what's up, dude? Oh wow, okay, there's a lot of I am American, which should say enough about how that is a mouthful for me. And on top of that, when I was a kid, I had a speech impediment, so that's a lot of consonants all at once that my mouth doesn't know what to do with all of that. So if you have a pronunciation for me, that'd be great. But otherwise, I'm gonna go with like Trajan, probably Tragan. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure there, because the TR with the J, that's a rough one, buddy. That's a rough one. The foreign language I took was French, so yeah, I don't know how to do that. My tongue does not work that way, man. Okay. Right. Anyway, hopefully we didn't scare him off. I think unless that was Jakku that left, but anyway, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're still here and doing the thing. But we do need to end, unfortunately. I know it's an unfortunate time and a bummer to deal with all that. So I'm gonna toss you guys in. Oh, what did I do? Let me put that back. There we go. I'm gonna toss you guys in chatting real quick. I'm gonna exit out of the game, and we'll go ahead and hop into the end screen. But thank you everyone for coming by. Friendly reminder that this is going to be my last stream for a little bit here. I do have to take care of the dog. TRJ is great. Thank you so much for that. TRJ is so much better for me. Thank you. Right. So we're gonna have to deal with that. We don't really have enough for a raid, so we probably won't. But I am this is gonna be my last stream for a couple days because I am doing so well that we decided to try to take on a stray dog. She got abandoned at my girlfriend's work, and she got pushed out of a car by someone, and then they drove off without her, and she was left at Pick and Pull for one night, and then Kate tried to get her to come with her that night, but she didn't want to, and we named her Leia. She didn't have a chip, and we don't know her name because the caller didn't have a name, so we named her Leia. And she tried to get Leia to come with her that night when she left work, but she didn't want to, so she stayed the night at Pick and Pull, and she had to sleep outside. And then the next morning, no one had a way to help her, and the SPCA, which is the local pet rescue that does this kind of thing, they didn't have anyone on call for Sundays. So because the dog had the audacity to, you know, need help on a Sunday, no one was there at all. Like, no one was going to come help this dog. Absolutely. Oh, she made a noise. She's in the office with me. No one was going to help her, like, at all. So like, the only way that she was going to get help is if someone from the community came and helped her, and everyone that worked there couldn't do anything. No one had a dog leash. So I went out, yeah, hopefully all goes well with her. She's honestly, like, she's been doing so much better like night and day difference. Like she was so scared and so timid, and yeah, thank you, buddy. And she definitely is really opening up and doing well here, but she keeps pooping in my office, so I'm not really loving her for that. But she is like the sweetest thing. She is unbelievably cuddly. She has not growled at us once. She has not nipped at us once. She is just the sweetest thing, and I don't know why anyone would get rid of her. She's like this adorable black lab mix, and she can't be more than 2. We're thinking she's like 1 to 2. And she has so much energy, and she's awesome, but she's also like 30 pounds underweight, man. It's really sad, because she obviously was neglected for like a really long time. She's super timid. She wants you to be next to her when she eats. If she wants to be around you all the time because she has separation anxiety. She's not a big fan of cars. She doesn't love getting in them. You have to get in the car with her to get her in the car. And she's really kind of slowly opening up to me and Kate and trusting us a lot more. And our roommate is being super awesome about this. He's not super into dogs, he likes dogs for sure, but she was a stray basically for a little bit, and she's a rescue, so she has a lot of trauma and a lot of things she has to work through, and we need to figure out how she is with other dogs. What she's gone through, basically through how she interacts with other things. So far she's been great with people. She's been okay with some other people. We haven't tried her with kids yet, so kids are going to be a whole thing. And yeah, we're doing our best, but dogs are expensive, and so are big dogs especially. And so we gave her tick medicine. She had like 20 ticks on her, man. Honestly, like at that one night in pick and pull, she got fleas and ticks. And she was hurting for sure, like all over the place. She's got like some swelling from some of the tick bites, from the ones that were there longer. And we gave her some tick meds, and they're already kicked in. Like she's now tick free, 100% guaranteed tick free. We picked off a bunch of them by hand, and then we had more that fell off after the medicine kicked in. That tick med stuff is amazing. It has gone like night and day from the last time I had to give it to my animals. Because all my animals are indoor, so we only have to give them tick meds and stuff when they go outside, and they never had that many, to where like we were watching them fall off, literally like watching them like fall off and stuff. Like it was crazy. But I mean, Leia is just the sweetest thing, and both of us are like in love with her, but she is a handful, and she gave us a really hard day today. Today was a rough day for Leia, because she the last night she peed and pooped in my office, which was not fun, and then she peed in here again. Yeah. You can tell, like her tail has been wagging like all day today, and she's been so energetic. She was so constipated. Like when she took a shit in my office yesterday, it was the biggest shit I've ever seen any dog take. Like it was massive, and there was like a distinct color change from where she wasn't being fed to her being fed, and it looked like a cork came out of her. Like it was crazy. Like it just like the floodgates fucking opened, because she's actually been getting like a diet, and so now she's like, yeah, dude, I'm not even kidding, man. It was like, it was gross, but also like I was happy for her, because, and she was so happy. You should have seen her. She was like she was ecstatic about that poop. She was so happy that she pooped, because she was probably plugged up and hurting for like days, if maybe even weeks, because she's so underweight that she's probably been constipated for like a month. And she's on track to being a healthy dog for sure. Absolutely on the right track. And so she probably had been constipated for like a week or more. And so for her to finally have like water and a healthy diet, like she is like so happy, because she's not in any she probably doesn't have any stomach pain anymore. Her colon was probably like on fire from not having eaten anything, and so she's just getting a bunch of energy back. She loves the couch. She won't leave the couch, man. She loves it. She's napping on it all the time. She's got so much energy now. She's happy to see us. She's wagging like crazy. And this dog, we found out how fast she was today. She is unbelievably fast, like stupid fast. Like she went from 0 to 60 like in an instant, and it's crazy, man. Like she ran a full block, like a full fucking block, in probably like 15 seconds. Like when she wanted to go and she fucking went, man. It was crazy. Like she got out today and I had to chase her down, and it was nothing, dude. It like I might as well have been molasses, you know, like there was nothing I could do about it. She was running like more than circles around me, man, like crazy. And she's big girl. And she's 35, she's 62 pounds and she should be like 95, but like for how fast she's moving, like the momentum there is crazy. For real, you're a hero. Yeah, I do appreciate that, man. The reason I did is because my great aunt has done this for years. Like my great aunt, I call her Dog Jesus because she is Dog Jesus. She had 7 stray dogs and 5 stray cats at once for years, like almost my entire life. And I'm 25. Almost my whole life that I've known her, she has had many stray dogs and many cats that she has been taking care of and done. And she has been unfortunate enough to be able to actually afford it. And she would train them for sports and stuff like that. Like she is one of the best people on the planet, man. Like my great aunt is just the nicest person to people and animals. And there's not a lot of people that have more love to give than my great aunt. And it's been awesome having her in my life and stuff like that. She lives out of town though, so I don't get to see her super often. But you know, it's the kind of thing that this is, you know, it's something that she would have wanted. It's something she would have done. It's something that she taught, you know, me and my cousins to do, and to look out for other people and other animals and stuff like that, because they need help and they can't always do it themselves. And she absolutely couldn't help herself because she didn't ask to get abandoned. And there was nothing that she could do about it. She was dropped off at a junkyard. What's she gonna do for food? You know, like she can manage the bathroom, but that's the least of her worries. There was no clean water near her at all. You know, she had no idea where to go, no idea what to do. She would have just starved there. You know, like it's why people say never release your pets into the wild, because they don't know better. They don't know what they're supposed to eat, what they're not supposed to eat. You know. Like most of them just eat stuff that's poisonous, and then they end up getting sick, and then they need help that way. And so at the very least, we're going to make sure that she goes to a non-kill shelter and stuff like that, that she has a chance to get adopted and do that, because she is the sweetest thing, and she has so much energy, and she's feeling better. And we at the bare minimum, if we can't keep her, which I don't know if we can, she is a lot of work, man. She's a lot of work, and I want to do it, but I don't know if I can. And so we're gonna try, and we're gonna spend the next week, you know, really trying and seeing how this is gonna go with her care. And we might even have to give her to someplace else. But at the very least, we know that she will have, you know, a good experience where she'll have a good home where she can trust people and know that she wasn't abused. We can tell the people that we're giving her to her quirks and what she's not great with, and that she is a flight risk for sure. And because she jumped a 6-foot fence almost in one leap, by the way, like straight up almost in one leap. Like if it was like full weight and full muscle, she could straight just yeet this fence. Like not even kidding. Like if she wasn't 30 pounds underweight and needed exercise to regain muscle mass, she could just straight jump this fence in one go. Like this dog is fucking insane. And in a good way, by the way. I mean that in a good way. Like she is athletic as fuck. Like she's the sweetest thing ever. But like we gave her a bath and threw her and put her in the yard because I thought she had to poop, and she just basically immediately jumped over the fence and went for a run. And then she came back inside and got dirt all over the living room that I had just cleaned because she had ticks. And so I was going through and vacuuming everything to make sure we found all the dead ticks, and I did. But then she goes and gets dirt everywhere, and now over half the couch and the entire chair has been, you know, taken out of their cushion covers so they can get washed and put back on because she got dirt everywhere. And so that was fun. And then on top of that, she pooped, but in the office again, which wasn't great. But we did have one good day in the morning, because she went outside and pooped on her own and pooped outside. And so I let my guard down about her pooping in the office because I thought she knew that she goes outside for that. But what we haven't figured out is that she will not ask to go outside, and that she just kind of paces a little bit more than usual, and then decides to poop. So it's kind of hard to tell when she has to go to the bathroom. And now on top of that, in the morning when we hadn't given her a bath, she was great and just went out into the yard, was her thing. We even left her out there and she was just watching through the window and wasn't getting like super anxious, because the very first day that we brought her home, we put her in the yard and it was just me and my roommate there, and we put her in the yard. He was watching her in the yard, and I left to go get something, and she jumped over the fence and started running around to look for me, because she attached to me super quick, because I was the one that went out to go get her, and me and my girlfriend were trying to get her in the car, and I spent most of the day with her. I was with her outside in the parking lot, getting her to calm down and getting her kind of used to being around me before we got in the car. And so we spent like a solid hour or two together, establishing that I'm helping her kind of thing, and that I'm trying to get her to do certain things. And so before I brought her home, and so when she couldn't find me, she was freaking out, and I just went to go grab something for her, and that was like a whole thing. And yeah, the dog knows that we're trying to help, but she also is like realizing that she has a lot of energy, and she's she's discovering a lot about herself, because she likely has been neglected for so long that now she's like realizing that she can do things, like she's experimenting with her body and figuring out her size, figuring out her energy, figuring out what she can do. And she's in this exploratory stage of development where she needs to go out and be a dog basically, and figure out what she is, so that she can get some, and this is also the time that we have to establish boundaries with her too, so that she knows her limits about what she can do in the house, what she can do out of the house. Like, it's a very pivotal point in training. And I think honestly that she was probably a handful for the owners, the same way that she's been a handful for us, and they just didn't know how to help her. They didn't know how to train her. They didn't know what was going to work for her. And you can tell that she's very trusting. But I have a bone that I've been trying to give her. It's a really big bone, like one of those big rawhide bones. And whenever I hold it, she gets defensive, because she likely was beat with a broom, but not with a hand. And so she doesn't get nervous around you, but she recognizes that me having something in my arms or having something in my hand that's held in a certain way is what's triggering her as a potential abuse. So that has to get, toned back down with her. But other than that, I mean, and honestly, for the days that I've known her, before that happened, I never would have guessed that she was physically abused. She has been nothing but sweet, nothing but welcoming, nothing but caring, and nothing but trusting of us the whole time through. And we've been, handling her. We've been making her do things that she doesn't want to do, like getting off the couch, getting right up in her face, and she's just nothing but love. She's just she's unbelievably trusting, giving us kisses, like the whole thing, and she's gonna make a great dog, man. She is absolutely, with enough training, going to be an unbelievable dog and a great companion. It's just it's just probably it's unfortunately, I think it might be bad timing with us and with me and for if we can keep her, because with where we're at in our lives right now, it just may not fit. And we still have a cat, and Tux has been with us for 10 years, and so she's not a big fan of dogs. She has no interest in meeting Leia, so we're gonna have to see. We're gonna spend the week. It's been an awesome experience, and I'm really, really happy to have been here for her. And of all, I was telling this to our roommate, because he was skeptical about having her here, that of all of the traumas that a stray dog could have, she has the best ones, right? Obviously, no trauma is good, but of all of the traumas that are going to make her a handful and make her a horrible pet and make her a burden, she doesn't have any of them. And she is absolutely going to be a loving, trusting, gentle companion for whoever has the good fortune to own her. And you know, Kate and I want to try, and we want to see if we can make it work with us. But holy hell, man. There's a reason I've never had a big dog, and I love big dogs. I mean this in the best way possible. Because of my great aunt, I have taken the stance of never owning an animal unless I can do what's best for them. So I love big dogs. I desperately want like a husky, a German shepherd, and a golden retriever, and ideally like all at the same time. I would love to try that all at the same time. But I have never had the space for them, and I've never had the time or the money for them. And I have the time now, but it's being very difficult to manage because she's not on a schedule yet. She is so brand new, and she's so young that it's having a newborn, man. Like she has no schedule right now, and she is too young and too new to us to form that. So it's going to be weeks, maybe even a month or more before she's on a reliable schedule for us to know that she's not going to poop in the house, right? So that amount of time while I'm trying to do all of this is not ideal, because I'm trying to kickstart the streaming stuff. I've been doing this since March. And honestly, my follow count has dramatically dropped off since I started doing this kind of stuff. And mostly since I started doing like my fan rework. I did an Apex Legends fan rework, and that's been a super awesome fun project. And I'm hoping I dip back into that, but honestly, Apex is just kind of pissing me off, and I'm not really a big fan of that game anymore. They just keep changing it in all the ways that I would not. And it's really frustrating to play that game knowing that I have ideas for it that they're not even like doing, that also I'm hearing everyone else doesn't like, you know. Now granted, their ideas for what they want to do I'm not loving either, but at the very least them and I have that mutual like, this is not working, right? So we can all agree on what's not working, but we don't all agree on how it should work, but we at least agree that it's not working. So at least there's that. But you've never played it? It's a fun game. It's free. It's not a bad game. It's just that for what it is, I would prefer something else, right? You know, it's a hero shooter battle royale, and the heroes are great, and I genuinely like the lore. I genuinely like the game itself. The aesthetic is great. I think the graphics are just fine. It's the legend balance that I have some issues with. Minor issues with legend balance. It's mostly the gunplay. The biggest thing for me is the gunplay. I hate it. Straight up, I hate it. I cannot stand the time to kills. I cannot stand how small the meta is. There's like 3 things that are viable, and everything else can just fuck off, right? Like it's bad, man. It's really bad. I from what I've heard about like Titanfall 2 and stuff, and how much everyone loved Titanfall 2, the fact that the same people made this game blows my mind, because it doesn't seem like it has anything in common. Like I've heard nothing but good things about Titanfall 2, and I hear almost nothing but bad things about Apex. Honestly, the Apex community is super toxic, and they're not forgiving at all. Most of them don't give a fuck about new players, and everyone thinks they're better than they are. Everyone. And especially when I play ranked, I have never met more toxic gamers in my fucking life than playing platinum ranked Apex. Never in my life have I met more. And I have played Call of Duty since 2007. All right? Like, I am a COD veteran. I grew up as a 12-year-old with a microphone playing Call of Duty during Modern Warfare, World at War, and MW2. And MW2 is historically and known as being one of the most toxic fucking COD games ever goddamn made. And I have met more toxic gamers playing Apex Ranked. And that is, I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, it's just a fact, man. Like, I straight up met less toxic people as a 14-year-old playing Modern Warfare 2 than I have met playing Apex. And it's only ranked, by the way. Pubs is great. They manage their expectation with pubs, and I meet a lot of really awesome people in pubs. But when I play ranked, and the minute I hit plat, it's nothing but toxic pieces of shit, man. It is rare to find a game in ranked on Apex where I don't meet a piece of shit. so rare, and it ruins the game, man. It honestly does. I have no desire to play ranked solo queue once I hit plat. Up to gold, no big deal, totally fine. Bunch of teddy bears. Minute you hit plat, man, everyone wants to be the best, man. Once you hit plat, it's above average players, and it's people who are serious about the game, who want to hit diamond, who want to hit pred. But diamond and pred together is only 6% of players, and then pred on its own is only pred and masters combined is only 0.4% of players. So like no one gets there, man. But everyone thinks they deserve it in plat, and everyone just thinks it's a matter of time before they get there, and no one is willing to accept that maybe they just plateaued. And so everyone is toxic as shit and blames each other, and it's annoying as hell. So between that and between them making every change that I fucking wouldn't, yeah, some people forget how to be human and just play the game. Exactly. Because there's a way to be human and play competitive. You know, that is the thing. I do it all the time. Every game I play in Apex, I play competitively, and I still treat people like fucking human beings. But anyway, so between that and then there's no like I'm actually getting pretty hyped for Battlefield. The new Battlefield coming out does look pretty sick. I'm trying not to get hyped, but that portal mode of like the Bad Company 2 weapons and stuff, like I'm hyped for that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, them saying that there's gonna be Bad Company 2 guns in the new Battlefield game, I'm hyped. I'm in. Like, the fact that I can even use those guns again in like a modern like game setting with like new movement systems and everything, like I'm in. Like it may be the only thing I ever do in that game, but I don't care. I will pay $60 to play, 2 maps and have the guns from Bad Company 2. Absolutely. I would pay $200 to get Bad Company 2 remastered with modern movement, modern destruction, and the DLC, right? I would easily pay $200 because I fucking loved that game. That was the best goddamn game I've ever played. Was Bad Company 2 with the Vietnam expansion. That Vietnam DLC has been a part of my gaming influence and a part of what I want and love from FPS games since the minute I played it. I have never played an FPS more immersive, more fun, and just more everything that was since. Like, it is the peak of my nostalgia and positive gaming experience. Absolute peak. And I would pay all of my money to do that again. All of it. But they haven't made that yet. So I hope they do. For God, I hope they do. But yeah, that is you played a few times at a friend's house a long time ago. Yeah. Honestly, man, like, that is one of my favorite video games of all time. That and Modern Warfare 2. World at War multiplayer, fantastic. Opened up whole new avenues for sniping in COD that I haven't seen in a long time. Modern Warfare sniping was great. I'm sorry, World at War sniping was great. And the campaign for World at War, I mean, come on, don't even get me started. A beautiful campaign. Perfect campaign, man. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'd play it again today, man. It's a great campaign. Modern Warfare 1, love the campaign too. Modern Warfare 2, love the campaign. Way different than Modern Warfare 1 though, but still a fun campaign. Still awesome campaign. Iconic, man. Those 3 Call of Duties for me, iconic. And obviously the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 1 was awesome, but it had its problems just like any other game does, but really cool, super refined. I mean, like, paved the way perfectly for Modern Warfare 2. That multiplayer was insane. I loved it. And I honestly, like, I was okay with how strong noob tubes were, to be honest. It didn't bug me that much. Because they needed to be like useful, like they couldn't just be like in modern Call of Duty games. They're fucking useless, man. There's like literally no reason to use them. They're weak as shit. Like, they just get you killed. It's dumb. Like, but anyway, granted, one-man army didn't help. One-man army with noob tube, like, fuck, man. Like, that was a whole thing on its own. But I just honestly, like, for me, like, MW2 was just like the most sandbox multiplayer that Call of Duty has made since Warzone. You know, like I think the only thing that even touches it is Warzone, and Warzone does it with vehicles. They don't even do it with weapons, right? Like MW2 just had a sandbox of weapons, and they just said, "Go play, man. Like everything's good. You know, everything's good. Just go play." You know, and I love that. I love that. Especially hardcore, man. Oh God, I used to play so much hardcore, so much hardcore. I loved it. Loved it. Honestly, I don't have many bad things to say about the MW2 multiplayer. But yeah, so you know, Satisfactory historically for me is out of genre, right? Like I tried to play Skyrim. I got like 30 hours in Skyrim and put it down. I couldn't get into it, man. I wasn't immersed. This game, oh, I'm lost. I'm lost, man. I say I'm gonna end, and then like 20 minutes later I'm still going, and then like an hour later I'm still going. You know, like it's crazy. It's like this game is for me for sure. I'm really happy I found this game, and I want more people to find it, man. That's why I've been streaming it so much. It's a good game. And it just might be for you. And if it is for you, man, then there's nothing that can replace this, man. Apparently Factorio is good. So Factorio is a good alternate. And you started this game a few days ago. It's awesome. Yeah, I love it, man. It's a dope game. And Dyson's Sphere Program is supposed to be really cool too. I haven't been able to check that out yet. I really want to. Dyson's Sphere Program is on the list for sure. That looks dope. But very different from this game. It looks very different. So I do want to get more time on Satisfactory. But you're just learning? Okay. Well, if you need any help at all, man, I'm here. You know, you can join the Discord. We can chat in that whenever. I'll reply when I can. I'm on PST for time zone, so it's like 2:30 in the morning for me. But there's a bot command here. I'll give you the bot command real quick too, just in case you do want that. No pressure if you don't. I know people are in like 20,000 Discords, but in my Discord, in fact, you know, just so that you know, and while I've got the time, and since you've been so dedicated here, and you've been hanging out, I'll go ahead and just show you real quick. I'll switch over my game capture to the. You'll come watch next stream for sure, for sure. I'm gonna stream the monitor here, real quick. So we're gonna bring. Oh, come on! I don't want to. There we go. Go from here to here. I'm gonna stream my monitor real quick, and I'll show you what's going on. With the Discord here, because it's worth showing for someone that's new, to kind of sell you on the Discord here. So we've got the Satisfactory tab. The general tab just kind of has some random stuff in it. And so what I went ahead and did, you don't know what Discord is? Okay. It's kind of like Facebook, honestly, but like specifically for gaming. Like it's ad free. It was made for gamers by gamers, and you can have like different like servers, which are like different like websites. And so I have like my own server, which is like my own little website, and you can come in, and if you click the link or download the app or whatever, because there's a website and there's apps for your computer, there's apps for your Xbox. I think there's apps for your Xbox. There's apps for your phone, and stuff like that. You can do video calls, you can do phone calls. You can do screen sharing within the app. You can actually stream within the app too. You can you can stream your screen as well, and so you can screen share that way by streaming your screen in the video call along. I think along with your face. I'm not quite sure, but it's super awesome. It's like Skype for gamers, man, or like I guess Zoom for gamers. Everyone knows Zoom now. But it's kind of like it's a really cool thing. And so I didn't know about it for the longest time because I used to play on console, but apparently for PC gamers it's like a huge thing. And so it's a really cool little app that you can get. And it's super refined. It's honestly it's super great. But there's all these different tabs on the left here. I can't really make this any bigger. Yeah, you have to look into downloading it when you get home. I'm on the train. You're on the train right now. Oh, for sure. Yeah, look into download when you get home. If you're on your phone, you can actually get it on your phone too. But and so what you can also do is that when you're home and you have it downloaded, you can go into the chat room of my stream even if I'm not live and use bot commands. So you can still grab the link to the Discord if I'm not live, or you can come back on my next stream too and do it then. But I'm gonna show you this real quick because this is what you might want as a new player. Granted, my first save I just went in blind and just tried to pick up on as much stuff as possible. But if you do want to get into the math now, if you do want to start planning that now, then this is the tools for you, and you can always come back and grab them later when you're ready. But in the Satisfactory channel here, this is another streamer, by the way, Sop of the Goat. He's really cool. You should go check out his stuff too. But there's a Satisfactory tab, and so this has in the general tab for Satisfactory some super awesome resources. The biggest one is the Wikipedia page. It has everything that you could possibly want to know about Satisfactory, and it is super awesome. Like, huge fan of this Wikipedia page. And you don't have to do you check oh yeah, for sure, yeah. I'll let you know everything that's in it and where it is, that way you don't have to worry about it later. So this Wikipedia page is amazing. You should absolutely get this stuff tabbed, and it has everything. It has community stuff, which I have links for in the Discord. It can tell you where all of the alternate recipes are. It's like it's a random thing with hard drives. It'll let you know about power. It'll let you know about milestones, about what you need to unlock, like the next tier kind of thing to get the new technology. What it does, like everything, man. It'll let you know building costs, recipes, like everything. Power gens, trains, logistics, like any question you have is probably here on the Wikipedia page, and anything else I or anyone else in the community can help with. And so that's some really awesome stuff. Also is this guy. This is a super awesome website. This is also, it's linked in the Discord, but it's also linked in the if you go to useful pages and go to community tools on the Wikipedia, this is where all this stuff is, and it's got a bunch of different stuff. And this one is amazing. This is an interactive map for Satisfactory that tells you where all of this stuff is, and this is how I planned out my entire save. I legit have a massive plan that I'm gonna tell you about in my Discord, links to that this is doing. And so you can go through and select anything that you want to know about this. Like, this is all the impure, like this is basically everything on the map, right? This is every resource here for those different rarities. You can figure out where all the roads are, if you want to know that. Like, it's really cool, right? You can find out where all the caves are, the spawn locations, right? This is the beginning area down here. This is the one that you're probably in right now, the grass fields. This is the dune desert. This is where I am. This is the northern forest. I have another save here. This is a really awesome biome. I love the northern forest, but the northern forest is a bit of a hassle with building. So you might want some experience building before you go into the northern forest. It's very compact. It's dense and compact. So building up is required. And then this is the rocky desert. I hate this. This is the most annoying biome for coal, which is the very first power that you get, that you automate, that you don't have to keep feeding grass into, right? So this is the most annoying one for coal power. So I just said, fuck that. And I literally drove my factory from this biome to this biome because I didn't feel like starting over. Because I made a plan for this biome thinking that it was this biome, but it wasn't. So instead of starting a new save, I just said, fuck it, and packed everything up and just moved Bikini Bottom all the way over here. And just fucking moved it and was like, you know what? We're starting here now. This is the new beginning. And so that was like a whole thing. And you can go in here to the resource nodes, and you can, like, this is like maybe like all the limestone, or if you want to go based off of like the purity of the nodes, right? Then you can toggle all of that. You can do that for everything. And now they added in like all the other stuff, so you can figure out where the geysers are for geothermal. Like, it's just amazing. This is really, really awesome. And a really big fan of that, and it is like essential to me, at least, for planning out all this stuff. And then this is a Reddit guide for drones, which is like super late game, tier 7, tier 8. You won't need this for a while, but anything that you possibly want to know about drones is on this Reddit post, and it's fantastic. The community is just so knowledgeable and shares everything, so it's really awesome. Huge fan. And that's all of that. The stuff that I've added to the Discord that is honestly super low effort are maps. So I've been working off of printable maps basically, and so this is the map that you can download, that I have in my Discord, that you can download from the Discord and print. And so I went through and whited out all of the black areas in the oceans, so that if you want to, have a printer-friendly, ink-friendly version of the map that you can print out and write on and keep going with, then here you go. And so there's that. Then on top of that, I also did one with the oceans intact, so you can have one with oceans but no black border to help with that, so that you can have printer-friendly stuff. And then I have it in color with the black marked off, and then I have the regular map as is, so that if you want to print this or convert this one into black and white and have an intact black and white, you have that one too. I thought I had an intact black and white one posted. I guess I don't. Oh, thank you. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you like it. And then this is where we get more detailed. So there's two different saves. There's the farce save, and then there's the Sop of the Goat save. The Sop of the Goat save is what I'm playing on right now. The farce save is my other save that I have a big plan for. So this is a copy of the Excel document for that. This is there should be a copy of the PDF. Yeah, there's the Word document as a PDF, I think, there too. Oh, right here. And then this is the map that I've been working on to try to plan out where everything's needed to get made. But that's not quite done yet. This plan, though, for Sop of the Goat is, and this one I'm really proud of. This one is a... Oh, you know what? Let me just open the file. I know I'll open it that way. I'll open it that way. I was going to open the file on my computer, but I'll open it this way. That way I don't have to show you guys my whole file explorer. I mean, I could do it a different way, but... can I get this to rotate? I don't think I can, huh? You know what? I'm gonna do it the other way. I'll do this right. Let me pop up File Explorer, and I'll do it the right way so I can get it to rotate the way that it needs to. There we go. Maps. Oh, that was way easier than I thought. Okay, scan. There we go. This guy up, and we're gonna rotate. No, not crop. Don't do that. Nope, sorry. No, we don't want to do that. Cancel. Thank you. Rotate. There we go. So, this guy... Good. Okay, you can see that. This is a color-coded map that shows you where all the train stations are, and then is color-coded to show you what train does what line and where it's gonna go. So that way you know where to build all your railroads, and then you also know like what train's gonna go where when you actually map out the train stations. And so then I have that written here as well, with a couple updates and stuff, and then this is just an overview about what the save is supposed to do and stuff like that. So the goal of this plan was to make it unlock tier 7 and tier 8 in the space elevator in less than 60 minutes using no alternate recipes. So you don't have to hard drive hunt, you can just play the game as is in this biome and use like half of the biome to do this, and this is how and where and what you need to do to make that happen, kind of thing. So this is like as bare bones possible, minimal setup to go through and make this happen to get to those tiers. Big plans, exactly. And so that's kind of like, this is like my guidebook basically for how to do that, and then the streams are going to be for you to come by and see it happen as we go. And I'm going to be going like a little bit out of my way to make it look a little bit better, right? To show you guys that if you wanted to go an extra mile and like deal in the architecture a little bit, that you can, but you could by all means like bare bones the fuck out of this and just like run through it, make none of it look pretty, and just get it to work to unlock all this tech, and then go and make awesome big factories with all that tech unlocked. And you could totally do that too. But that's what this guy does. That's what this is for. So this is in the Discord as well, so that you can print this out and do your thing. And then let's see. But then also on that Discord is the Word document that I made. And so, oh, that's the whole thing that it just made me download. But this guy here, which I can go into, this is the explanation of the map, right? So this guy's in the Discord as well, and this will let you know what station is, what station is what, and what that's going to make, what it's receiving, what it's shipping, and all that kind of stuff. And so this compared, and then there's also an Excel document that goes with this as well. So all three of them combined kind of make like an infinity gauntlet of plans that you can kind of really kind of dig into, sink your teeth into, and go from there. Whether you want to use this as like a textbook and just study it to get better at the game, and kind of, you know, manage expectations, know what you need to do, and what will work, because this is guaranteed to work. I'm like, my seal of approval, like, I know this should work. If it doesn't work, we're gonna find out together, but I can think of no reason why this would not work. So that's kind of like what this is for. So this is like a foolproof plan, basically, of telling you if you do exactly this, it should work just fine. And so that is kind of like what this all is. Like, I tried to make this as easy as possible, as minimal on trains as possible, and so on and so forth. So that is kind of the goal here. And so it details all the different stations with everything about where it's going to go, stuff like that, and what it's going to make. And so that's in the Discord as well. So I'm trying to do my best to give you guys all the tools possible to you know, to do this with me, or do it without me, or just to get an idea about how you might want to plan. You know, anything that gets you to think about how you want to play this game is perfect for me. So this is how I like to play the game, right? You don't have to go this hard. I used to not, actually. I used to just completely fucking wing it, but I realized after winging it for so long that if I didn't plan, it was just nothing but problem solving, right? Like 99% of my time in this game wasn't building and having fun. It was fixing shit that I fucked up. And I didn't like, right? Like, I didn't like chasing all of these problems because I didn't think ahead, or because I didn't know what to look for. And so I'm taking that experience and trying to one, plan better for what I know I've gone through, and then be ready for what's to come. You know, that's kind of the goal with these plans. And so at the very least, for the Sop of the Goat plan, this isn't quite there. Like, this is more for like helping you get everything unlocked, and helping the people that don't necessarily love math have like a cookie cutter strategy to help them get to the end game, so that they can get to the end game in a reasonable amount of time and enjoy whatever that is, and then take their, you know, use this experience to then remake that save into whatever they want it to be, right? That way they can have all this infrastructure, all this tech, all these things open with with the experience of dealing with everything, right? Everything from tier 1 through 6 gets used in this plan. And so you get all the experience that you need to make that work. And so, you know, basically what you know, with this plan, you could speed run it. Technically, you could speed run this, you know, and you know, do it as a challenge and see how many times, you know, you need to do it to help you do it faster, kind of thing. And go from there, because that is kind of the goal here with this, is to show people that if they want help, they can have it here, and that it's not as bad as you think, and that if the planning is what's getting you to not love this game, then I got you, you know, and I can help you with that, and help you troubleshoot in that way, because logistics is not easy, you know. And I'm not half bad at it, so if I can help a couple people with logistics, I don't mind. But that's kind of what we've been going on with the Discord and with this save and stuff like that. And then with Apex, we had some stuff going on too. So you know, this is some stuff for notes that I've posted about Discord, and then this is the final version for now of my Apex fan rework as well. So that's also in the Discord under the Apex fan rework, and then the rework PDF versions. So for those that are familiar with Apex and Satisfactory, we've got all of that for you guys. But other than that, that's kind of all I got right now. Not that that's like not a lot of stuff like that. It was a lot of work to make all this. So like, hopefully you know, I'm happy that you enjoyed. I'm happy that this is something that you're interested in, because it's very much going to be a great introductory step for you into this game. And while you're hungry for it, while you are interested in it, I recommend biting off as much as you can chew, because it is definitely, you know, pace yourself for sure. Don't burn out. You know, I tend to burn out, but you know, don't burn out too hard. to hopefully ease some of that down a little bit and give you some ideas about, you know, what's possible with some transfer rates and stuff like that. That's kind of a thing. And also on the Excel document, actually, that's actually a good point. I went into that, by the way, about what is manageable, what is not manageable, stuff like that. I believe it was on the top of the go. No, it wasn't. It was on my other. It was on the other save. It was on the other save. It was on the farce plan. Yeah, it was on this plan. So, what we went through and did was I figured out some preliminary numbers for trains. Kind of. I mean, it was pretty easy. So I adjusted the numbers to my needs instead of going off of what the Wikipedia had. So, you know, 2 Mark V belts pulling out goes out at a rate of 1,560 items per minute, but I'm only balancing off of 1,200. You're definitely going to come back with ideas and plans. I thought it was funny. I had a notepad out and drew a small automation layout I wanted to use. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So, in fact, you know, let me run and paint here with you real quick. So there's 2 different theories with you about how people tend to run automation lines. I go for the simpler of the 2 because it typically doesn't matter. The main thing is time. That's the big difference between, you know, option 1, option 2. Option 1 would be, let's say that you have a bunch of things here that need to be demanded, right? All this would be machines that need to get parts. Option 1 is what I do, where you have 1 belt that has the demand for all of these machines, and then you just split off of that as you go. That's typically option 1, right? So if this needs, like, you know, 100 per minute between all these machines, then the belt has that much capacity, maybe more, and then feeds all of that as it goes by, and then that's, you know, said and done, easy peasy. The other option here is to have machines that are set up like this, and especially if you have an odd number, is that you actually feed, let's say you have your 1 input line, right? You would actually split this input line into 2 and go all the way up and around and feed some of it this way and stop here, and then feed some of it this way and stop